Check 1 2 1 2. I think we almost on.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's game time. Yeah. Let's go. Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, life's a game of chess. Drugs, guns, hooters got me on the run. Let me shine a little light. Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, life's a game of chess. Drugs, guns, hooters got me on the run. Let me shine a little light. I grew up on the 50s, I love my whole city. Got the little ones with me, I ain't going back to prison. House with a yard, I get my own unlocks, I walk my own yard. I'm Figueroa filthy, where I come from, dog, everybody's filthy. Get your hands dirty with them concrete burpees. Beer runs and licks, my heart was made, dog, with every single brick. Legend in my own, I get my little shine on. Got a house loan, I see a hater smiling, broke with a mouth full. Run with my ninjas, used to gun with my ninjas. Used to split top ramens on the hood with my ninjas. Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, life's a game of chess. Drugs, guns, hooters got me on the run. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Is everybody in? Is everybody motherfucking in? Feels good to be back. Welcome to Hood Stocks, everybody. Yes, sir. Today's show is sponsored by a South Central L.A. clothing brand called Grimey Boys. If you see this right here, Grimey Boys, www.grimeyboys.com. And you can follow them on Instagram at Grimey Boys, at grimy.boys. Give them a follow on Instagram. Go to www.grimeyboys.com. Cop yourself some dope gear. I mean, support the ones that are supporting us. You know, let's keep it in the hood. Let's keep the money in the hood. I like to do it sometimes. You know what I mean? Pass it around. Don't be stingy with the dough. Don't give it to these motherfucking companies that are, you know what I mean? Just not showing any love back, right? You know, keep it in the hood. And today's show is also sponsored by Manscaped. Nobody likes an overgrown lawn. Fellas, a little maintenance don't hurt nobody. If you got that inflated balloon hanging out a bush, clean your life up. Might give you an extra inch. Manscaped.com. Use promo code HOODSTOCKS. Get 20% off and free shipping. We are a very small platform. Manscaped is a worldwide $1 million company. And they are fucking with Hood Stocks. So, hey, you know what I mean? Manscaped.com. Promo code HOODSTOCKS. 20% off, free shipping. I mean, they reached out to me, you know what I mean? And that's just like, okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's dope as fuck. Links for both sponsors, for Grimey Boys and Manscaped, will be in the description at the end of the show. Okay, let's move on. Today, Friday. Thank God it's Friday, right? Today we got a famous OG artist out of South Central L.A. From Hollywood to the streets. I mean, they fucking with this homie. He been on a few major platforms and done interviews. But for some reason, homie felt comfortable enough to come on Hood Stocks and speak on the dirty. You know what I mean? Right. You know what it is to climb them ranks, what it took to survive the streets of L.A. Wake the neighbors up. Let them know Hood Stocks is about to pop it off like Jiffy Pop, homeboy.
That's right.
Fresh out the microwave. I want y'all to give it up for OG Magoo. Let's go. Game time.
Thanks for having me, Big Luck.
Hey, appreciate brother. It. Thank you for making the time, dog, and to swing by, dog, and bless us with your motherfucking greatness, homie.
That's mandatory, my boy, for sure.
Thank you, bro. Hey, so check it out, dog. OG Magoo. You know, for the people that don't know who you are, let's. I'd like to start it off like this, my G. I'd like you to start off and let them know what you do, and then we're gonna rewind the track all the way to the dirty diapers. You know what I mean? When you're running around like a baby kid in South Central L.A., homie. You know what I mean? Sagging that dirty diaper, dog.
But real quick, bro, let our audience know what you do, my G.
Well, shit, I'm a airbrush artist from Los Angeles, South Central Los Angeles, born and raised. I work with everybody, you know what I mean? I've been working with a bunch of people from A-listers, from corporate companies, you know what I'm saying? Anywhere from Nike all the way down to like Puma, you know, New Era, A-listers. I just worked with what's his name, Mario Lopez, Miley Cyrus and shit. So I got a bunch of people, man, I be working with this shit.
That's
you know
fucking tight, dog.
But I wanted to come on your podcast today and, you know, just give it back to the folks, you know, all my people out there that they wonder, like, damn, Magoo, you forgot about us? Or, you know what I'm saying? I didn't forget about no one, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming on just so I could let you know, I got a lot of love for my people out there, you know what I'm saying? And I still show it up until this day. So I'm here, you know what I'm saying, representing active South Central, you know, an artist from, you know, from the hood.
That's dope, brother. That's dope, dog. And so what we're going to do is we're going to rewind the track, dog, and come back to how you made it to this point in your life, working with A-listers, working with fucking legends in the game, dog.
That's right.
You know, working with fucking just, you know, Nike, dog. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it is.
You know, just those accomplishments, to be able to fucking say that, brother. A kid from South Central L.A., homie, you know, Florence district, right?
Yep,
you know,
Florencia, yep.
Yeah, to be able to say,
Southside.
yeah, to be able to say that, my boy, is a huge accomplishment, dog. You know, and congratulations, brother.
I appreciate it, my brother. I appreciate it. You know, I still don't see that, you know what I mean? I see the accomplishments, but it's still like, I'm still that kid, you know what I'm saying? At heart, you know, that pushed to where I'm at today, you know what I mean? I still feel like I'm still pushing. Some of that stuff is still like not even real to me still to this day, you know what I mean? Like the Nike, the Puma, the Travis Scott, you know, from all them people, I still, you know, I don't still feel it, man. I mean, it's not real to me still, you know what I mean? Even though I've been doing it for so long, I mean, it ain't real to me still, you know? I'm still who I am, you know? Still who I am. Just a little bit more, you know, more mature now, you know what I mean? Grew up and shit, you know?
And then you're not doing it for fun no more. I mean, you're doing it for fun, but you're making money while you're doing it.
That's right. Every time I'm painting, I'm making money. So it's like painting money pretty much, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it right there, my boy.
I mean, all them years fucking mobbing up them walls and shit and fucking running from the police and shit, you know, and who knew that one day, bro, you can make to a point in your life where you're making a living off that shit, bro.
That's right, man.
You know, that's a true artist. That's true art. That's true LA art, dog. That's a part of the culture, dog. I mean, how many famous artists grew up in a fucking mansion, homie? You know what I mean? And he was fucking spraying the walls of just Rancho Cucamonga or something. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing something out there. Shout out to Rancho Cucamonga. I got love for that, for the city of Ranch. But anyway, yeah, for sure, dog. But I feel like we're going too fast.
Shit.
Let's slow down.
Yeah, we'll slow down a little.
Let's slow down. You know what I mean? Because we are in a. Hey, shout out to everybody right there tapped into the chat line. Shout out to all 100 of you that just tapped in real quick. Greetings from South Australia. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mate, what up, mate?
Yeah, you know. Have you ever fucking jacked off a kangaroo? That's what I want to know. No, I'm just fucking. I don't want to know that. You know what I mean? Have you ever stuck your hand in the pouch? The pouch. I need that pussy pouch. No, my bad. Kangaroos, dog. I mean, the last time I was in Australia, dog, I got kicked by a kangaroo. I ain't never been to Australia, but I heard them motherfuckers be kicking you, dog.
Boxing out.
Boxing. Oh yeah,
and shit,
the boxing. That's what I'm saying. Them motherfuckers fuck you up, dog. And the llamas will chase your ass down the street, dog. You know, motherfuckers, dog.
Glad there ain't nothing around here, shit.
Yeah, no doubt.
Imagine that shit.
That's crazy, bro.
Motherfucker walking down the street and a kangaroo pop off on you and shit.
Bro, I mean,
sketch the fuck out and shit.
I mean, in LA we run from the cops. In Australia they run from kangaroos, dog. You know what I mean? You know, I'm just saying, like, you know, you know what? Shit. You know, check it out, bro. Growing up in Highland Park, dog. So in Highland Park in the '90s, bro, early '90s, there was fucking dogs everywhere on the streets, dog. So you can be walking in the middle of the fucking night, bro, and just a big ass dog just rolls up to you and you're like, motherfucker. It happened to me all the fucking time, dog. So anybody that knows this, the trick is to act like you're picking something up. And they'll, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, and they'll step back. They act like you're picking something up, you know? But don't run because I'll chase your ass and I'll bite you, dog. But just stand your ground and act like you're picking something. That was what I was taught, bro. Act like you're picking something up. So every time it was the middle of the night, that motherfucking German Shepherd pop out of nowhere, bigger than a motherfucking horse, dog. Yeah, I mean, you motherfucker, you know what I mean? You know, fucking stray dogs, bro. They will.
You ever got bit before or no?
No, I've been nipped by a dog before. Not actually like just bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, you gotta stay on top of your game walking down them streets, shit.
Have you
Pack some rocks in your motherfucking pocket or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of them antennas that pop out and shit.
Pack
some shit.
With that motherfucking dog's
Be
ass.
ready.
Yeah, right. We got that motherfucker yelping. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Like, hey, what are you doing to my dog? Put your dog back in the motherfucking house. You know what I mean? Shit, what the fuck? But yeah, I just want to slow down a little, dog. It's Friday, dog.
Good, yeah.
I took a little break. Shout out to Tony A, the Wizard, for having me on his show. I was, you know what I mean? I was running hot that night. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people wanted to hear my story, but we'll get into my story. You know what I mean? We'll break the story down. You know what I mean? I don't think it was the time to really get deep into that. I kind of touched on that. I just want to throw that out there real quick because a lot of people were anticipating me getting into the nitty gritty of my shit. But one day we'll get into that. But today we got Magoo, dog. And growing up in South Central L.A., brother, I mean, how was it, bro? You know what I mean? In the era that you're from, it was a lot different than now, right?
Yeah, a whole lot different, man. I mean, I was raised in the late 70s and shit, so there's really not too much to do but, you know, fucking ride a bike or fucking tag on, draw or, not too many gadgets. There wasn't shit around, you know what I mean? It was either building bikes, mini bikes, you know what I'm saying? I can't, even think of too many things, maybe 3 or 4 things we could do back then in the 70s, you know what I mean? Maybe Etch-a-Sketch if you were lucky to have one of them motherfuckers, you know what I mean?
Etch-a-Sketchers are always crazy. You had to were you good with that Etch-a-Sketcher being the fact that
no,
so it's just hard for everybody then.
I used to like it, but I hated that shit. You only could draw one way, another way, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're really good at it, but I wasn't. But that's that, man. But yeah, so it was pretty cool. I mean, it was cool in the 70s, you know what I'm saying? I watched my pops and uncles and I had cousins. We pretty much grew up on one block. It was a dead end block, and my grandfather pretty much bought the whole goddamn block. So we had I say about 6 or 7 houses in that block.
Damn, that's dope, bro.
Yeah, so we had cousins and brothers and nephews and uncles and aunts, and everybody was just always together at the corner pad with my grandfather and shit where he lived at. He had the biggest pad on the corner, so everyone hung out there. He had the swings. It was pretty much like a park and shit. You know what I mean? So we hung out there a lot in the 70s, late 70s and shit,
And this is South Central, huh?
South Central, yeah. It's Florence, Florencia. It's like the front doors to South Central. Alameda would separate Huntington Park and South L.A. So I lived like the front doors right to South Central.
Gotcha.
It wasn't deep like by the Harbor Free. It was more the front doors, which I like to say, which back in the 70s it was, Florence District. You know what I mean? It wasn't really, it was known as South L.A. It wasn't known as South Central until like the 90s. Saying.
They picked up the South. They put the SC
Central
together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of Central, I guess Central Avenue.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah. So, but I mean, I had fun, growing up with everyone on the block. I was 9, 10 years old that I could probably follow back that far back. I don't remember too much when I was 5 or 6 or 7. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, back then, bro, it was just all about for me, dog. When I was a kid, I mean, it was about riding bikes, dog. I love riding bikes. You go with a crew of fools on bikes, dog, and you just doing this right here, hopping curbs and shit, dog, and you just exploring, bro.
Right. And that's how it all started. You know what I mean? Lowrider bikes. We had Schwinn's. Everyone would try to have their Schwinn as clean as possible. You know what I mean?
Is that how it was on your block?
Yeah. Everyone have clean bikes. You know what I'm saying? My first bike was a Schwinn. You know what I'm saying? It was a miniature Schwinn, and I loved that bike. But I had a passion for them suckers as well. You know what I mean? Building bikes and, like I said, mini bikes in the 70s. And everyone else down the block did, you know what I mean? We went as far as my grandfather built a freaking, what do you call that? A ramp and shit on the block.
Oh, he built
for us, yeah. So we had everyone coming from all the blocks and shit down the block, and we would do the little miniature BMX. We would do tricks on the bikes and shit. We were young, but we were having fun, and them were the fun days in the late 70s, early 80s, before breakdancing came into effect and shit. Pop locking was in effect, but breakdancing, miniature bikes and shit, what I'm saying? Little miniature bikes, remember those suckers?
Yeah, let me throw a movie out to you. Rad.
Never seen it.
You never seen that movie,
No,
Rad, bro?
Never, bro.
It was like a freestyling BMX fucking movie, dog. Like,
did it come out?
like late 80s, bro.
Late 80s?
Yeah, late 80s, dog.
Late 80s. Nah, I never seen it, but I'll check it out now.
I thought that was just like a classic that everybody saw, dog. Because I was into like riding bikes and freestyling, had my GT Performer and all that shit, bro. But anyways, I mean, my childhood memories, bro, were just my best memories were just getting on that bike and going, dog.
Right.
Yeah, for sure, dog. Rad was dope. Yeah, the Metal Hound knows what up. Yeah.
Shit, I gotta check that one out, man.
Yeah, that was.
Where was it based out of?
I don't even know, bro.
No?
But it was just
Can you
based on.
remember?
It was just like it was just
It was a movie?
Yeah, it was a movie about
Okay.
just BMXing and freestyling and just like, you know, it was just like if you rode a bike, bro, and then you watch that movie, after you watch the movie, you want to go out and you want to do all these tricks that they were doing in the movie, which was like pretty hard to do, dog. You know what I mean? Because these dudes were just dancing on bikes, basically, dog, doing all those freestyling moves and shit like that. But
And that's kind of how everything built up, you know, it's friendships and shit, you know, brotherhood, you know, we all build bikes and shit. We would go all together down to the empty lots and shit, the fields before all them buildings came into. Remember back in the days, there was not too much built, like I said, you know what I'm saying? The industrial areas were all dirt before, so we would go out there and fucking ride our bikes up there, or from South Central to Dodger Stadium, you know, about 10 or 15 of us, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
We'd just drive out to the fucking stadiums and shit.
that's dope,
We
dog.
were 10, 11 years old, 12, don't know what the fuck we were doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I mean, being the fact that you're third generation gang member, so the gang ties run deep in your family, and I don't mean to get off in this, dog, but you know sometimes it's interesting, bro,
Right.
Of individuals that have just were born into the cycle of the gang culture. Your grandfather was he from your neighborhood as
No,
well?
my grandfather was from Hardin, which was in Watts. He was a zoot suiter.
Okay.
In the 50s, 60s. I want to say 50s and 60s. You know what I mean? And that was out there by Colonia, Watts, Wigan.
Is Hardin that old of a neighborhood?
Hardin, there's a Hardin here. I think Pico Rivera, but there was a Hardin in Watts.
Okay.
Which I don't think they're still around, but they were known, you know, as zoot suiters back in the 50s, 60s. You know
Okay, and that was your grandpa,
That
huh?
was my grandfather, yeah. He pretty much raised me as well. You know, my parents had me when they were 15, 16 years old. So my grandfather was like a father to me. I got him tattooed right on me too, you know.
Yeah, that's what's up, dog.
He's
And how was he, like, you know what I mean, a zoot suiter raising their kids, you know
well,
what
I mean, 70s and zoot suiter wasn't really too much around anymore, you know what I mean? He was busy raising my crazy ass dad and uncles and everyone else, you know. They were teenagers at the time, you know what I'm saying? So he's raising them now, but
Yeah, but just the mentality of someone that just came from that has that background and shit, dog, it's got to be.
hard worker. My grandfather was a hard worker, but he was really a really bold, you know, strong guy. He would yell all the fucking time at everyone, you know what I mean, and put everyone in check, you know what I'm saying. You could hear him from down the fucking street, you know what I'm saying, yelling and shit. But he, you know, he was with the business too, you know what I'm saying. I seen my grandfather, you know, scrap out, you know, a couple of times, you know what I mean.
Is that a bad way to raise your kids when you yell at your kids a lot, or is this? I mean, in this era now, dog. I mean, can you not do that no more? Is it like frowned down upon to be yelling at your fucking kids? Because I know, because I got kids, bro. They don't listen to me, bro. They look at me and they're like, "Fool, get me a motherfucking juice box, homie, and make me a sandwich right now." You know what I mean? And you know what?
Top,
and I do it. You know what I mean? But they hear the wrath from me sometimes too. And it's funny because I got these little girls. You know what I mean? And the neighbors might hear me yelling at them sometimes, bro. But you know what? They might be flinching harder than the ones that are getting yelled at. You know what I mean? I'll be like, man, calm your ass, sit your ass down, get your ass in the corner, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Woo, woo, woo. You know, I got a loud voice, so I can imagine it carries to the neighbors. But my kids are just like unaffected by it. They're like, yeah, whatever, fool. You know
Shit,
what I
I'm
mean?
the same way, dog. You know what I mean? I try to stay, you know, level-headed and shit and not do that. You know, the kids nowadays, they're different. They're raised different. All the laws changed and shit, you know what I mean?
They're like, I'm going to call the police, fool.
You
You know what I mean?
And everything's
Social
live
services.
and shit. I'll get you live. And
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? My kids won't do that.
Can you imagine the day comes out yelling at your kid and they're like, fool, I got you on video, homie.
That's
What'd you
right.
say? I said, I love you.
That's
You're the
right.
greatest
You
kid in
gotta
the
watch what
world.
you say, but the other day my son was studying and shit. My 20-year-old, he's still there with me. He's in college and shit, and he was online and shit, probably doing I don't know, some kind of project with this professor and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I came inside the pads, and I seen one of them. What do you call those? Where you light the incense lights. My wife had one on top of the washing machine right next to some towels and shit. So I walked in and seen the incense. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? You know, I went off on her and shit. Not off, but just yelling, who has this hair? And my son's like, Dad, lower your voice. I'm like, you know, and I don't care, you know. And I kept going with it, but I felt bad afterwards, you know what I mean? But I'm a yeller too, dog. Like, I have to get the attention and shit.
I mean,
and that's the way I get their attention, by yelling and
yeah,
shit.
I was raised by a household of strong, the Mexican women on my mom's side, they were all yellers. They were all bosses. They were all wore the pants in the household, and I don't ever remember them sitting me down and be like, hey, you know what?
Yeah, never.
You can't do that. You know, like that wasn't happening. They were like, you better whoop your, get your mother. You know what I mean? Like they were just, they were just like, you know, like powerful women that you were gonna hear them and you were gonna do what the fuck they were telling you to do. Because if you didn't jump at that time to do what they were gonna do, they gonna. I mean, I don't know how many times, bro, I was in a supermarket, bro, and I got that ear almost pulled off the side of my head, bro.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I don't know if they ever sat me down, like sit down and talk. They usually drag you by your goddamn ear to the couch or wherever they want to talk to you. They bring you by your ear over here, you know what I mean, and then get on you, you know what I mean. So, can
you imagine if you got one of those privileged kids and you said, check it out. I know they do. I know that once a while back ago, I'm thinking about it right now, bro. Just off the rip, bro. They did the wife swap. Can you imagine if they did the kid swap? They said, you know what? We're gonna take you little rich motherfuckers and we're gonna put you right here at Lucky's crib. You know what I mean? And you're gonna live with him for a week. You know? I wonder if I would change their life for the good or just fucking ruin them. You know, forever, bro. I don't know.
Strain their ass out, like you know.
I would think so. I would think so.
You scare them; they would never want to come back again, dog.
Yeah, like you know what? I got it way too good over there, motherfucking Beverly Hills or whatever the fuck they at. You know what I mean? But right. I mean, it's most definitely two different cultures, two different ways of living. And I mean, it's kind of interesting. You know, I've spoke on it before. You know, when you got a kid that's raised in constant noise, bro, the noise never gets turned down, bro. They never have peace of mind to just fucking chill out and have their thoughts, you know, process and think about shit. You know what I mean? If there's just constant fucking noise, and it's like that in I would say, like, would you say that like the lower class? Or, I mean, how would you say without being like disrespectful about it, bro? Or just in a different culture? Because I mean, I wasn't raised in fucking crazy poverty, dog. You know what I mean? But right. It was just like, this is the way you discipline your kids. This is the way they were taught. And so this is the way they fucking, you know, paid it forward, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shit, man. Well, shit, I go, you know, I yell and shit. You know, I'm not going to lie to that. But I feel that I get their attention that way, and that's the way I was taught, you know what I mean? I think I got a good head on my shoulders, you know what I mean, by getting yelled at all the goddamn time, even though I was stubborn and, you know, I didn't pay attention. I didn't listen to people, you know what I'm saying? My teachers or, you know, grandfather or father, they would yell at me, and I would just go one ear and come out the other, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now, you know, it got my attention, but
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So hopefully, you know.
But as soon as they turn it back, you keep doing what they doing.
yeah, as long as you don't get caught in your ass whipping.
Real shit. Hey, shout out to Cush and Hennessy for that $2 Saca la Bolsita. Whoop they whoop whoop. They always. Hey, I appreciate the donation. I appreciate the love. Jennifer Jackson, what's happening? You know what I mean? Everybody, Miguel Hernandez, I can't stand people yelling at me because of that now. Yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, it's funny you say that because growing up in a household where I was always yelled at and then ending up in the prison system where they told you what you can do and when to do it and how to do it and fucking shut the fuck up and, you know what I mean? Bop, 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 and whoop, whoop, whoop. You can shower now. You can eat now. You know what I mean? Like, I take it's a little, you know what I mean, hard for me when it comes to fucking superior people, you know, I mean, in a position to tell me how to do it. I react a little more different, like, fool, like I posture up a little, like, shit, you ain't talking to me like that, fool. You know what I mean?
I agree with you on that, for sure.
But anyway, so South Central L.A., raised by a grandfather that was a zoot suiter. He was a strong man. He was a hard worker. What kind of work did he do, bro?
He was a steel worker, man. So he was a welder and shit, you know, worked in the steel industry, building shit and welding shit. He would always come home with stuff. He was also, like, I want to say, an artist as well, because he would make, you know, metal piggy banks for us. He would make steel chairs for us. Everything was made out of steel at the house, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, bro.
Everything. He made a swing set, you know, out of the pipe and shit. We used to swing on them old school swings, you know what I mean, with the chains, and they're still there to this day. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's been standing. Maybe I'm gonna be hitting 50, man, and that swing set's still sitting in the yard. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, dog. I mean, I would never want to go to your house for movie night to sit on that steel sofa of yours.
Nah, not it would be outsourced, but he was always making shit.
The sofa steel too?
He would make my chetas. He comes up with all kinds of shit. There's still shit laying around the house. You know what I'm saying? And around my dad's house that I see that I'm like, fuck, you still have these. You know what I'm saying? And piggy banks and shit. Still piggy banks were always. You would have to fucking grind that shit down to get your money out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I remember him grinding down piggy banks, but he was a steel worker. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope, dog. Shout out to the steel, all the steel workers, all the iron workers. Yeah, I mean that's a tough fucking business right there, dog. And those trades are always known for having very strong dudes, very just a certain type of fucking dude that does that type of work. Right. I guess what the type of dudes that work on that shit is the way they're made as well, their mentality. You know what I mean? Just fucking strong, tough, built to last forever, almost type of shit. Yeah.
He was one of the ones that helped build the Queen Mary and shit. You know what I'm saying? I hear stories. I remember him telling me about that story. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
he helped your grandpa build the Queen Mary?
Yeah, it was still working back then. You know what I'm saying? That's what I heard. I remember those stories. If I could tap back in with them, I would love to. But he's resting in peace. But that was a story I remember, and I always remembered that. My grandmother told me that, and I always looked up to him for that. You know what I mean? Growing up, Queen Mary, really? You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah.
Made me proud,
I mean, just like a lot of the cats that had their hands in of building the Rams Stadium to this day.
Right.
I mean, a lot of young dudes, and one day they would tell their grandkids that, hey, you know what? Oh, you go into that football game, see that Rams game? Whoop, whoop. Yeah, I built that bitch. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And that's a very
history, bro.
Yeah, that's history, and that's something to be proud about, bro. I always think about it when it comes to the unions, when it comes to people in the construction field. Hey, you know what? We're building LA, and if we're building LA, we should be able to afford to live in LA.
That's right.
If we're building these structures for all these fucking hipsters to come in and do their fucking thing and enjoy fucking, you know what I mean, then we should not be being pushed out of fucking LA. We should be able to get paid enough to buy a house and live in LA and just to enjoy the things that we help build in the community, right?
Yep, I agree with you on that shit.
Yeah, 100%, bro. But hey, shout out to Pedro Hernandez. Always looking out. My G, $10. I appreciate that, dog. You know what I mean? Every single motherfucking cent counts, and it is a very appreciated, dog, to keep Hoodstocks podcast moving in the right direction, dog. You know what I mean? Keeping me off that steel sofa, dog. I need a new sofa. No, just playing. But anyways, brother. So moving forward in your childhood, bro. You obviously. From previous conversations we had, you've went living in the neighborhood, South Central L.A. back then, bro. I mean, it was a fucking wild jungle back then, dog. You mind speaking on some of that?
Shit. We're still at the 70s right now. So the 70s was the bike riding and shit. We built. All the kids from the block, all the kids from the area would come to the block because we had that ramp and shit. Not just that, my grandfather. And then they had like a little store and shit like at the pad, you know what I'm saying? They sold chicharrones, raspados and shit. They would give credit to all the kids, so everyone hung out at the fucking block, you know what I'm saying? Because they would go there. What do you do when you're a kid? You know what I mean? You ain't got no money. You go get credit from, the local fucking person that's sounding out these chips or, whatever they would come up. My grandfather would have all the connections. I mean, he would bring home boxes of, I remember just chicharrones, dog, with like tapatio, lemon. We'd sit there and just eat them, you know what I mean? Everyone had a fucking their name on that list, you know what I mean, to collect.
Yeah, because he was giving out the credit to the hood. Yeah.
And 80s, and then we that's was all that lifestyle, and then breakdancing hit in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? So then most of my homeboys, that I'm still affiliated with, we went from bikes to breakdancing and shit, you know what I'm saying? So breakdancing was already in the 80s, hitting, after all that big wave with Beat Street and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Everyone wanted to break dance and pop lock, and of course, that's what we did, We became poppers and breakers and shit, and built a big team and shit. We had a big team of fucking breakdancers, mostly a lot of dudes from that surrounding area for that were part of, the clique that we built after the fact, but we were all breakdancers and pop lockers.
So you're speaking on a specific clique from your neighborhood,
right? Yeah,
a hood clique that originally formed from a bunch of kids in the neighborhood that started pop locking and breakdancing.
Exactly.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah.
It's still alive and running to this day, huh?
It's still running in the life to this day.
That's
but
crazy.
It's like the 5th generation already and shit.
That's.
And I got brothers and I got a son and shit. You know, that, unfortunately, you know, he's one of the stubborn ones. You know what I'm saying? I got 4 sons, and one of them is you know, Little Magoo, take after my name and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, so he's already like, it was me, then my brother, then another generation, my nephews, and then which was my son. So we got like third generation already in that clique.
I mean, that's crazy, bro. I mean,
which
I
was
don't.
the Midnight Breakers. You know, we were called Midnight Breakers and shit back then. And we just built, you know, we used to go break dancing against a lot of people in the surrounding areas, out to Southgate, out to Huntington Park and shit, you know what I mean? And that's what we did. And we were all ghetto kids, Bebe's kids, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we were just going out to, like, you know, I want to say Southgate, Huntington Park, which is, you know, they're out there, you know what I mean? But South Central kids coming into Southgate and Huntington Park, we were nothing but trouble, you know what I'm saying? So we went out there and did our thing, you know, in the 80s and breakdancing to put a name out for ourselves and shit. You know what I'm saying? So everybody knew us, you know. And then we just got bigger and bigger, bro. And then next thing you know, you want to jump right into the 90s and shit. From there, you know, the clique Midnight Breakers turned into Midnight Street Boys, which were like a party type of crew where we were just hanging out, you know what I'm saying? Hanging out. This was, I want to say high school days and shit, junior high.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we were just getting big, and I was always a writer or a tagger and shit, you know what I mean? I was just always writing on shit and always out there doing plaqueando and shit on the walls, you know what I'm saying? I was the one that had the spray can on the bikes, you know, going from city to city or bus to bus and shit like that, you know what I mean? And just putting our hood up and shit, our clique and shit, you know what I'm saying? And the next thing you know, it's just, it became fucking... It became a whole fucking, I want to say like a war zone or battles and shit. You know what I mean? Football games against other fucking, I don't want to say party crews because we were never a party crew, dog. We were just like a bunch of fucking desmadrosos, dog. You know what I mean?
I mean, you were the party crew that Mumfords didn't want to party with.
Yeah, we were.
Because there was always problems.
Yeah, we were never like pompadours and shit like that. You know, we had the cords with the Cortezes, the white t-shirts and shit. You know, the half backwards and shit, how they used to wear them all low and shit. You know, we were just the troublemakers pretty much. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us just came from broken families and shit, or, you know, parents that were drug users and shit, or, you know what I mean? Or just with the business, our parents, you know, so that's the majority of all of us who we were.
So real quick before you, move forward into your story in this conversation, brother. You said your grandfather raised you. So where was mom and where was pops?
Mom and pops were young. They were still 16, 17. My pops was on the block still. Like I said, we owned the whole fucking block pretty much. So my pops was on out there, you know what I mean? Either drinking, you know what I'm saying, or either smoking or doing something. It was, you know, I have uncles and friends that were in the family. Like I said, we grew up on a corner house, so he had his people, you know, main house on the corner. Everyone would come over and hang out with him in the neighborhood, all his age group, you know what I'm saying, 17, 18, and we're just mocosos running around and shit, you know what I'm saying, looking at everything and shit, you know what I'm saying, just tripping out on everything, and you do this, or, you know, he showed us how to hold our fucking ground, you know what I mean, like, anyone come up, we would have to scrap, you know, and we had to watch, you know, at that time, at 10, 11, 12, 13, we were already, you know, scrapping and shit, had, you know, boxing with other fools and shit that would come down the block. You know, there was other desmadrosos from the other side of the tracks that would come over here too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Breakdancing, other crews and shit, or I don't want to say party crews, but just, you know, street boys, you know what I mean? They would come over and we would, you know, just go heads up right there on the fucking corners and shit. And it was just crazy, bro. We'll have football games and then we'll fight after the football games, you know what I'm saying? It started off like, you know, different cliques. Now they're different cliques, but back then they were Dream Boys or, you know, Midnight Killers or whatever. We'd always have football games. At the end of football games, we would probably, you know, 2 of us get down or 3 of us, and then it would just become after the football game, fools are just coming to block or we're going to their block. It just became like that, you know what I mean?
And after these football games, I mean, there was probably like you said, you had fools that ended up getting down because there was just like little beefs and heated arguments within the football game of someone got hit too hard or shit like that, and shit just escalated, or maybe just past beef. One dude's fucking with another dude's fucking broad, or female, getting in the middle of fucking motherfucker shit, dog. I mean, it's most definitely a different time in history of how fools spent their time and what they did comparison to this day and age where everything is just like social media and, I mean, are they still having football games? Is shit still popping off?
And that's the way it was. It was like every weekend we had fucking football games, and from different, sets, party. I don't want to say party crew. I'm going to say that fucking word because we weren't no fucking party crew. We're just a bunch of fools and, there was...
You're a bunch of fools that like to party, but...
I don't know about party, but we were more like going to the party and fucking and crashing the fucking party.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean, dog. You were them dudes that didn't what you didn't want at the party.
Who the fuck's in this block today? You know what I mean? Like, who's in the party? Man, we would normally hit the parties that were around our area. You know what I mean? With the disco, I won't say disco people or whatever. We would just go on them type of parties,
Housers.
Yeah, the Housers. We were going to those type of parties.
The fucking rebels.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them rebels were gangster fools too, though,
there
dog.
Was some of them, we used to go out there with them too. You know what I mean? It was just crazy, and that was in the I want to say the mid '80s and shit.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. I mean, it was most definitely a different.
But I always had my hands in the mix of tagging and fucking graffiti and shit like that, and the breakdancing era, the bikes and the music and shit. All that shit comes to play. You know what I mean? And that, we were all breakdancers, but then we were all knuckleheads too. So that's how that came down.
Yeah, no, 100%. You were speaking on, you were always the one writing on the walls and shit because you obviously had a knack, you had that artistic skill. I mean, I remember when I was younger, there was homies that were just like, fuck, dog, their strike'ems, dog, were hard, dog. Like, they get up on that wall, homie, and their shit was just like fucking artwork, dog. I mean, it was the neighborhood they read out, they hit up, bro, but that was just like, damn, that shit's hard as fuck. And you'd pass that shit up and you'd be like, damn, that shit's still up, dog, you know what I mean? And then there were certain homies like myself, bro, that didn't have no fucking writing skills, dog. You know what I mean? Like, I remember a couple times when I first got in my hood, they'd be like, fool, stop writing on the fucking wall, dog. You know what I mean? Because it would be just like, it would be just like some fucked up ass writing, dog. But I'd be like, I don't give a fuck. I mean, fuck that shit up, dog. But anyways, I shout out to some of my homies, dog. A lot of them were from the BSK, the Backstreet Kings, dog, which was a tagging crew. They got in my neighborhood and big fucking crew, dog, of taggers, dog, and they all had fucking strike'ems. They could all write, dog. You know what I mean?
I was the one that was writing and shit, and you have a bunch of homies behind me, hit me up. Everyone used to like go writing with me and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I learned a lot of that shit off of my pops, though. All the styles and shit.
Was Pops dope with that shit?
My pops was dope, but he had a hand. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that showed me how to write. You know what I'm saying? I would write. He would show me how to write straight letters and shit. I said, he would show me how to write letters right. You know what I'm saying? Everything would be fucking square, like M's, A's, everything would be so fucking perfect. You know what I'm saying? So I started off writing like that. Then I started doing this little twist to them. You know what I'm saying? The little gangster fucking drips and shit and all these crazy letters. You know what I'm saying? Once you learn how to write straight letter, and you can do all kinds of other shit with it. You know what I mean? And that's how it all started, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then we start striking out each other, and crews start striking out each other. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers looking for this fool that went and hit up in his hood and shit. You know what I'm saying? It just started all like that, bro.
And it just escalates
over. Just escalates.
You know what's funny, dog, is because you can always tell what's going on in a neighborhood. Like, if you go into an area, dog, and you're not familiar with, dog, look at the walls. The walls will tell you what the fuck's going on. Like, the other day I was in Lincoln Heights, dog. I was getting some food out there, dog. You know what I mean? That's some of my favorite food spots are in Lincoln Heights and shit, dog. And I was just tripping, dog, because if you read the walls, you know who the fuck's out there, bro. You know the fucks are. These two neighbors are whacking each other out, dog. You know what I mean? And you see what the writing on the wall would tell it all, dog.
There's action going on over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of I explained to my son. These kids, nowadays they don't really know too much. But I told him, man, if you're somewhere and you see writing on the sidewalks or on the pole somewhere, you know what I mean? You're in a fucking active neighborhood, you know what I mean? So I always tell him, is there writing on the walls? Is there, where I'm gonna make sure he's safe somewhere, you know what I mean? In these other cities and shit. When he goes out with his friends, because he drifts and he rides his little cars, and not saying he don't even look like a gang member, you know what I'm saying? But
you get caught up in all that shit.
Yeah, so I tell him, where you at right now? You know what I mean? Is there writing on the walls? Is there writing on the pole? That's a good That's a good point there, you know? Just like you said right now, you know?
Yeah.
A good point. If there's any writing on the walls or on the sidewalks especially, there's some active shit going on right there, you know what I mean? On that block.
Yeah, 100%.
No one hangs out on the sidewalks and tags up the sidewalk unless someone's posted there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt, bro. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers are territorial, you know, and
That's kind of how I was territorial and shit, you know what I mean? Right in up so you know where the fuck you at, you know what I'm saying? Arrows pointing down to the block and shit type of shit, you know what I mean? Come over here type of shit, you know?
Yeah.
That's how we used to get down.
yeah.
Corner of the block would just be lit up, you know what I mean? Welcome to, you know, so-and-so, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That's how it was, you know? And my grandfather was a steel worker, so fucking he had spray cans, you know, where they marked the steel, paint markers and shit, you know what I mean? So that's how all that got down, you know? That's how it went down, you know? I always had a fucking marker, a spray can, because my grandfather was a steel worker. You know what I'm saying? They would always mark the steel. You know what I'm saying? So my friends would be like, give me a paint stick, give me a marker. You know, we always had shit in the backyard, you know?
Motherfucking mean streaks.
Yeah, exactly. Them paint sticks and shit, you know?
Yeah. That shit's dope, bro. You know what I mean? That's the era, that's the generation. And
that was the early stages, you know what I'm saying? It was still in the 80s in them days, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, so moving forward with your story, brother, you know what I mean, the 90s and shit, like what kind of fucking shenanigans, dog, was it for the person that doesn't know, for the dude that's out of Australia, you know what I mean? You know, how was it growing up in South Central in the 90s and shit, bro?
Shit. 90s, it got crazy because 90s, I'm just speaking from my crowd and shit, from my point of view. I mean, I don't know about other cliques or however they was, but they're pretty much the same like us. But I'm gonna speak for my, you know, where I grew up, the guys I grew up with.
Yeah, your corner.
Yeah, my corner and shit. I was getting transferred from fucking school to school and shit back then because of fucking the graffiti and the dressing and, you know, started being a little gangster back then, you know, after the fucking clique came out and, you know, we were wearing whatever color it was at the time, you know. They wouldn't allow that at schools in the 90s, you know, so they were sending me to fucking surrounding schools in the area. And every school, I went from junior high to high school. As soon as I went from junior high to high school, you know, I would make friends and shit and bring them back to the block and shit. Pretty much, there's always really would look up to me and shit, you know what I mean? To this day, you know, they would look up and like, damn. You know, I would dress with the Dickies and the fucking Cortez, the white T-shirts and shit, you know, in high school and shit. And next thing you know, everyone would start dressing like that and shit. You know, deans would be like, you started this shit in this school, you know what I mean? They had a clique called the Magoo gang because everyone was started dressing. I had the South Central flavor, you know what I'm saying? I would take it into the other cities and shit, you know? That's just how I dressed and shit, you know what I mean? With the belt buckle, maybe sagging a little bit or whatever, however we wore our shit back then, you know? And we would bring cliques, and that's how my clique built. I was bringing guys into the block, and we just had, you know, guys from not too far from Huntington Park, you know what I mean, down the block. But, you know, schools have their zones and shit, you know what I mean? They would still have Huntington Park or either Fremont High. That's where you would either go to Huntington Park or Fremont, which is both still in the Florencia neighborhood and shit, you know what I'm saying? So that's how we started. And 90s were fucking pretty active, bro. You know, 90s were crazy. I want to say, you know, people would start hanging, our people, you know, the homies would start hanging out on the block and shit, and we would beef with other cliques, not cliques, but other fucking, I want to say street boys and shit, you know, from different cities. We would beef there, so the homeboys were like, the older homeboys were like, you fools are having too much fucking drama going on in this hood, fool. Like, you guys either fucking are with us or against us. You guys have fools coming in, blasting on you guys on the block, and you guys ain't from, you know, from Florence. You fools are from fucking, you guys are your own little shit. So it was like, they rolled up on us deep, dog, like the Warriors type of shit, because we used to kick it on the dead end on the railroad tracks and shit, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
all these cliques from Florencia, they fucking would come deep, fucking, and just fucking come at us like, you fools need to fucking either get it with us or get out of here, you know what I'm saying? So we went from Midnight Street Boys to Midnight. We all became part of Florencia. I'm good, dog, I'm good. Here, I'll take one with you out of respect. I don't know how to use this shit. What is it? Just push it down?
It's the other one, this one, that red one right there, yeah. Hit that one right there, yeah. And hit it, yeah.
So, gracias.
Oh, yeah, you want some?
So, you know, we became part of Florencia, dog, you know? We became part of Florencia. That was the third step, you know, Midnighters, you know? And, you know, we just built our own fucking name for ourselves there, you know? and it just stuck like that, just on and cracking after that.
How did you get the handle, the placazo, Magoo?
Well, my name was given to me by my grandfather. So that when I was a kid, they said I looked like him. I was pelon and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was a little fucking big-headed kid and shit. So my grandfather gave me that name, and it stuck with me forever. I was given that name like 4 or 5 when I was 4 or 5 years old and shit.
And Magoo, for the people that don't know, Magoo was an actor, right?
Was a cartoon.
He was a cartoon.
Yeah,
Okay.
He always getting into shit. You know what I'm saying? He was blind and shit. You know what I'm saying? Always fucking. He'll be walking like off of a crane and shit, and then he'll fall down and he'll start on the top of a bus, and then you know what I'm saying? He always went like that. You know, he always got lucky, even though he was fucking blind and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Look this shit up real quick, bro.
Yeah, wear some big ass glasses and shit. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Magoo.
Mr. Magoo. That's what it is.
We got people tuning in.
Yeah, dog. We got fucking 130 people. There you go.
I'm sorry, it's bright in here, guys. You know, so got the shades on today.
You got the sunnies on, dog. You know what I mean?
There's no eye look.
Who said that? Rodriguez said Lucky gonna be lit as fuck. Lucky's always lit. You know what I mean? I try to like. It's funny because sometimes people be like, "Fuck it, Lucky's always happy-go-lucky, fucking high as fuck, drunk and shit." Blah blah blah. Oh, he just got serious. You know?
Oh shit. Yeah.
This is always a pleasure for me, bro, to sit down with someone like yourself, bro. You know what I mean? Like, how many times can a person like myself, or just the average person, I'm an average person, be able to sit down and have a conversation with an influencer? You're an influencer, bro.
Right.
You're in the culture, the street culture. If it's whatever they might do, you know what I mean? Or if they don't do nothing and they just, you know what I mean? It's always an honor. It's always a pleasure, bro, just to sit down, you know what I mean? And I always sit down not to have a confrontation, not to fucking, just to have a good time, bro.
Right.
Shoot the breeze, relax, bro. Shoot, chop it up, dog. You know what I mean? Chop it up, brother. You know, so, you know what I mean? Thanks again for being here, dog. It's all stories to me, bro. This is a part of the legacy, your legacy,
right.
And that people can always, your kids, your grandkids can always rewind the track, go to YouTube, type in Magoo, you know what I mean? And,
right.
and hear Pops, hear Grandpa, I mean, speak on childhood shit, dog, you know what I mean? And I cherish these moments because one day, I think about it like this, like one day, your seeds will watch this, dog, and they'll hear me saying this right now, dog.
Right.
And they'll be like, you know, that dude was fucking right. You know what I mean? This is fucking dope as fuck, dog.
That's
you know
why
what
I came on here, Lux. You know, I know you're 100%. You know, and I'm like, you know, I gotta put this side of the story, not just this artist that's doing all this work for all these people up in Beverly Hills and Palisades and Malibu and all this shit. Which I want to show where I really came from and what really built me. You know what I'm saying? So, I had a sister that was 1 year younger than me. Rest in peace, Mitas. And I have a cousin, rest in peace, Big Fred, you know what I'm saying? That was like a brother to me. We all grew up on the block and we were all the same age bracket, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, dog, like me and my cousin Fred were like this, you know what I'm saying? And my sister was like this too, you know what I'm saying? She passed away with cancer, I want to say about 10 years ago now, but she had friends that came to the block too, you know what I'm saying? So we had a whole crew out there. We had girls and guys, you know what I'm saying? That were just out there, you know what I'm saying, and living that life, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, my little sister, she was a year younger than me. She passed away from cancer as well, dog.
Sorry to hear about that, dog. And I know it's tough on the family too, you know what I'm saying. And
likewise, brother.
Have something in common right there, bro. I could feel you on that one,
Yeah, no, I mean,
she was strong, everyone knew my sister Mita, rest in peace, She was like me, known and shit, you know what I mean. She was the president of the Midnight Street Babes, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
One of them, So we had the Midnight Street Boys and the Midnight Street Babes, So it was on and cracking, bro, on the block.
Yeah, 100%, dog.
Fred, my cousin Fred, rest in peace. He was with me every fucking where I go, everywhere I did, and everything I did, he was with me.
How did, if you don't mind me asking, how did your cousin Fred?
He got murdered. He got murdered about 4 years ago. Point blank. He got shot up point blank. He was one of them in and out of prison, out of camp, out of YA. You know what I'm saying? He just running amok in the hood on the beach cruiser, you know what I'm saying? But he was good people. We had a lot of respect, a lot of love, Fred, rest in peace. Big stomper. Florencia, been nice. My cousin right there,
Yeah.
I miss that guy, man. I was out working in Utah when that happened. I got a call from my brother. I got a younger brother from the neighborhood as well. He called me. He's like, they just got Fred right now down the block and shit, So I was like, fuck, are you serious right now? Like, you don't want to believe that shit. I was on my way to Utah to go paint for New Era. Went out there, did my job, came right back around and shit. Did it 1 day, 2 days in Utah, came back, and sure enough, it was true. He has kids. He has one kid in prison right now for murder, and then he got some other son, Robert, which just lives on the block right now. They're in and out of jail, but good people, good-hearted people, Alfred Rodriguez.
I mean, how do we? I feel like the position that I'm in my life, and the position that you're in your life, that we need to show our loved ones, show the ones that might look up to us a different way, a better way, But then again, sometimes when you're raised in that culture, that environment, this is all they know, and this is what they're gonna do 100%. And so, unfortunately, when you speak on these guys and these individuals that have passed, you're like, this was a good dude. This is, you know what I mean? But
brothers and sisters, same age bracket, running, eating together, playing together, sharing each other's clothes and shit, fucking got each other's back all the time, all the fucking time, they're gone now, a lot of people gone now, it's a different era now though, like back then, who the fuck was banging, and who the fuck wasn't. Now, back then, you were dressed down, dog. You were dressed, and you was a known gang member off the top. You walk up to the corner, you know what I'm saying? Either it was size 50s, white t-shirt, jerseys or whatever. Fuck, you were a known gang member. You're getting shot at off the top right there. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you can't tell when the fuck's who. You know what I'm saying?
But but I don't want to discredit this generation because they will still fucking get your motherfucking ass, bro.
Off top, but yeah, off top, and that's the scary part
because you don't see where it's coming from sometimes.
Before you see fools running up, who the fuck where they're coming. You know what I mean? You gotta be ready, but now you gotta watch everything. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm still banging, but it's a thing of the past. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But young generation, I'm glad that it ain't like it was in the fucking 90s. You know what I'm saying? Where everything was just fucking gung ho and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was gung ho for real.
I mean, there's a lot of family, a lot of brothers, a lot of sisters, victimized from the streets and shit. And I just think about it to this day, bro. And I always just try to think of ways. How could you make it better for the next generation? What could you teach them that would actually make them choose different, And I mean, some people you can get through to them, and I mean, some people they're gonna do what they're gonna do, and they just need to go through their journey, and you pray and hope that they survive their journey, so when they come out the darkness, they can fucking sit down with you and have a different type of conversation.
Yeah, I'm stuck in that situation right now because I got nephews and shit, and like my sister passed away, and she had left kids behind. My mom took over and shit. You know what I'm saying? Damn it, I can't believe they're 15 years old and 16 years old right now, bro. My sister been gone for 15 years now that I think about it, dog.
So she left and they were babies, bro.
She actually passed away. They saved one of her kids while she was pregnant for cancer. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So my mom took custody of the kids. You know what I'm saying? So. My mom's going through that with them right now, you know what I'm saying? Some the teenager, the other one's already grew up, but she's been through the whole, running away and shit, not listening and all that shit. It's really hard to get across the kids, and I tell Mom, damn, they're just gonna have to learn, you know what I mean? I can't be right there, on them, and they ain't gonna listen to me, you know what I'm saying? I could probably shake them up, a little, but, you know what I'm saying? They have to learn, unfortunately, you know what I mean? They want to run that life, they're gonna have to learn, That's how I did. I learned, it wasn't easy for me, bro, from the halls, all my life, juvenile halls all the way to fucking county jail, you know what I'm saying, as far as like, I fought a murder and shit, you know what I'm saying, so I learned when I was kind of young, I hit the system when I fought a murder when I was 21, 22 years old and shit, so beat that shit, thank God, but I know how it was, be in the system and fighting for your life and shit,
I mean, when you fought that murder, you were in L.A. County jail system.
Hell yeah, with CCB, fucking, Supermax, Max, fucking County Jail.
And
there was no Twin Towers back then, you know what I'm saying?
And
I started hitting the halls in County Jail way before that too, though. You know, in GTAs and fucking you know, fucking getting caught with guns and shit, and you know, robberies and shit like that since juvenile, you know.
Yeah, but I just think about it like when you were 21 years old and you're in the L.A. County Jail, man. That L.A. County Jail, bro. They always say if you can get through L.A. County Jail, you can make it on any prison yard.
That was 9,500 days too. You know,
9,500 days, dog. When they'd sheet up the fucking bunks and they're smoking crack cocaine in them motherfucking shit, and this shit is just
all that shit was off the chain in there. But the murder case I caught was fucking. I had fucking 10 Grimeys and shit. So we were all in there at the same motherfucking time. You know what I'm saying? So not just that, everyone that got hit, you know, other fools were getting rolled up. You know, I was in there with my pops too. That fool got hit looking for me, and then they found a gun in his past, so now he's in jail with us and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's other, you know, uncles that were in jail because my cousin, you know, his pops was active too. You know what I'm saying? So we're all in there like a big fucking, you know, the whole block was up there fighting the murder case. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of was a little easier, I want to say. You know what I'm saying?
because you're in there with family and shit.
Family and friends and the clique and shit. We're all going to CCB together and shit. You know what I'm saying? Underground tunnels. I don't know if you've been to an underground tunnel from fucking, you know all about that shit.
Yes, sir.
And the motherfucking, what is that? The old county jail, HOJJ and all them fucking, you know.
Yeah.
I go all the way back to Biscaloo days. I don't know if you're familiar with Biscaloo. You know what I'm saying? Biscaloo was a fucking, that's where I started going to jail when that shit was still open.
And Biscaloo was it was a part of the county jail,
It was part
right?
of the county jail out here in City of Terrace, I want to say, or something.
Yeah.
Right by Civil Brown on the other side and shit. It was just like another Twin Towers, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? That's when I started hitting them.
And that's when when you're able to have, you're in the county jail and you're able to have the money bags, you're able to get cash inside.
That's right. Yep. You would tie your money bag in your fucking boxers and let that shit, you know, everything globbled in there. You know what I mean?
And why would you tie it in your boxers for people
just
that
to
don't
sleep
know?
in it, you know what I'm saying? Sleep with that shit. You don't let that money bag go nowhere. You know, back then we would just make sure that shit's with you, dog. You know what I mean? All the time.
Because
we had money in there. You were able to have money in there.
Because you don't want to be sleeping and you have your shit in somewhere else and motherfucker go through your shit. And
it happened. You know what I'm saying? I seen that shit happen. So for stealing from each other and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't our own race, other races would go in there still too, you know what I'm saying? So we just got to be through the shit, be on top of game, you know? That's how it was. But that's that, man, you know, and 90s were crazy. We had crack era. The 80s were PCP, you know. The 70s were fucking sniffing paint and shit, you know what I'm saying? So that's how it all started, in the sniffing paint. All of us just sniff paint on the railroad tracks and shit when we were young kids in the 70s and 80s and shit. You know what I'm saying? Before the crack and the PCP came, you know what I'm saying? That's what we seen, you know, Pops and them doing, you know? That's how we learned, you know?
Yeah.
That's what we like, damn, they're supposed to stand there doing something, you know what I'm saying? They're just standing there sniffing paint.
I mean, what kind of high does sniffing? I've done it before, bro, but I mean, how would you explain the sniffing paint high, bro?
Man, that was I don't want to fucking glorify any of that shit.
No.
You know, I'm glad I got past that shit, but we did it for a long fucking time, you know? And it's like the flavors and shit, you know? You got the silvers and you got the clear coats and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I think clear coat was probably the best because it tastes like candy and shit back when we were kids and shit. But that high is a fucking crazy high, bro. Like, it would give you a straight head rush quick. You know, you start hearing helicopter choppers and shit like that, you know? Fuckers would just, you know, it was just crazy, bro. It was crazy. But then the crack era hit in the 80s, and that's when fucking everything just fucking went downhill, you know? Motherfuckers start smoking. Not saying I was smoking crap, but I seen my pops convert into that shit, from that to that, you know what I'm saying? I seen him, and then, you know, I seen homeboys that we were hustlers, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers start slanging the crack, you know what I'm saying? That's how I started making money when we were kids, you know, slanging the crack and shit, you know what I'm saying? Going to the corners and moving weight and shit, you know what I'm saying? That's where the 80s and 90s came into play.
It's nickel bags and
shit.
Double ups and all that shit.
Yep. 5-0 double ups were pretty popular back then, you know?
What do you call it, bro?
5-0 double ups. You know what I'm saying? Make 50 into 100 and shit. You know?
Yeah.
Then eventually you learn how to cook it and shit, and rock it up and shit, you know? And that's a whole other story and shit, you know? I got
homies. I remember when I was younger, these fools would rock the fucking coke, the crack up, you know what I mean? And I'd watch them, bro, you know what I mean? And I was the dude that, like, I wasn't really trying to learn how to do it, but I couldn't wait for it to be done because I was ready to smoke it.
yeah, for sure.
Fucking booyah, homie. That's got to be that shit drug.
What was that,
that's
in the 90s?
Yeah,
Tell me
90s.
it was in the 90s.
Early
bro,
90s,
yeah.
Early 90s,
yeah,
bro.
so in the 90s, yeah, we got to learn, you fuck your first batches up and shit, but you eventually, if you really want to make that money, you going to cook, you going to make
Did you learn how to cook
it?
it?
I learned how to cook by my homeboy Bandit, rest in peace, man. That boy showed me how to cook and shit,
Yeah.
He's the first one to show me how to slang crack and shit, all up on the other side of Central and shit. We used to go sell dope over there, like in the 70s and shit. More so like, it was just crazy, bro. We used to go down our mopeds and shit, and serve on the corners and shit. But it was already a spot, we didn't just move up in there, I'm saying? Little by little, we moved in and, worked with other dudes on the block and shit.
Yeah.
There was probably an older dude that was giving us to sell for him. Pretty much that was his corner. So we were just fucking, vendors for that dude, pretty much.
Vendors. There you go.
Yeah.
Like street vendors.
We weren't fucking. Then we went out to our own after, but what I'm saying? We were just learning the hustle. I want to say we were probably 15, 16, 17, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the 80s.
Yeah.
Late 80s, maybe early 90s and shit.
Yeah, no doubt. You want to take a shot of that tequila? You fuck with the tequila, though?
Man, I got that right there, but I know I got to drive and shit, but
let's do one shot,
I respect this shit. My boy, I'll do it for you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get you all fucked up, bro. I mean, even though sometimes...
I got shit to do after this,
Woo.
Woo, what was that?
We'll make that the last shot for you.
Yes, sir. But that's that, my boy. Oh yeah, that's some good shit right there. They tell me when this brown is fucking strong too. That's some brown tequila right there.
Yeah, no doubt, bro.
So that's in the learning the whole hustle game and all that, and that's pretty much it. I always gotta have some money in my pocket, what I'm saying, as a kid and shit, buy the new clothes, a new white t-shirt, whatever, we gotta I always had that drive. Like I didn't really like to ask my dad for shit, what I'm saying, when I was a kid, just for the simple fact, I don't think I was his favorite either, what I'm saying? So I had sisters, so they were, all my sisters, I had, 4 sisters.
Yeah.
So it was like, they were the girls of the family. I was just the oldest. Trying to stay out of my dad's way, pretty much.
Stay out the way. Sometimes you got to stay out the way.
The way I was fucking out the way, I wasn't, I would rather be in jail and fucking be home, to be honest, and shit. That was my get down when I was a kid and shit.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. No doubt. And so just like moving forward and shit, you said you what kind of stuff, as you got into the like neighborhood stuff and shit, bro, like what kind of things were you having to, of course you're dealing with all the elements, in the jungle, you're in a fucking jungle, bro, and there's different fucking animals in that jungle and shit.
On a bike and shit or on foot, what I'm saying? So that was how I was getting around in them days. Not too many places I could go, what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, just surviving in that fucking environment, bro. Lucky for you, you had a big family and shit, dog. So you weren't out there by your fucking self and shit, right. Dog. You fuck with one, you fuck with everybody, right? Yep, in a way. In a way, what I'm saying?
I never burned my bridges with my family, I always had open doors and shit, So, went into the 90s, that's pretty much, with the gang, fucking, that's when it was deep, It was really fucking active at the time. I had a lowrider already. I think I got a lowrider around that time, so I was already riding on the Wall Street. I was already known and shit because of the riding and the fucking lowriders in the hood and shit, what I'm saying? So, a lot of shit came my way, when there was people coming in. We lived on a corner pad and shit, the bullets flying all the time, that corner. Got to a point where we had to sleep on the fucking floors and shit, I hated that shit, but I had to fucking sleep on the floor all the fucking time growing up,
And you're sleeping on the floor because of drive-bys, stuff like that?
Yeah, it was corner pad, man. Been a lot of shootouts and shit on that block and on the corner houses, always getting shot up and shit, Really couldn't come out the house in the 90s, really, you would always post up you're protected on the side of the house, the back of the house, what I'm saying? We weren't really on the corner too much, what I'm saying? Because we knew what was going to happen, what I'm saying? We would be 10 feet, 20 feet away from the corner, but we weren't on the fucking corner like a fool,
Yeah, you're like a sitting duck.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's.
There was like a fucking. My pad grew up. It was like a fucking. The yard. It was like a little curve where everyone sat around on the corner. There was no fence. It was just like it was up high. So like the the yard was up high, a little step high, so everyone would just sit there and post up, you know, during the day. But you ain't there at nighttime. Even at daytime, it started getting bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's how that went down, bro.
I mean, back then, fools weren't. They didn't need to wait for the fucking nighttime, like broad daylight. Motherfuckers would come out, motherfucking busting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, bare face. You know what I mean? Letting you know who the fuck it is. You know?
Yeah.
That I mean, just you speaking on that, and for the people that don't know about growing up in that fucking environment, bro. I mean, back to what you were saying, you guys would have to sleep on the floors, bro.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy, bro.
That's crazy. I mean, how do you? I mean, I guess if you're raised in that environment
at that age and shit.
In that age, it's just a part of life. It's nothing new, you know.
Yeah, I would breathe hard and shit, like, you know what I mean. I'll be sleeping with a strap all the time and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, fuck, today, you know what I mean? I'm gonna sleep in the back room. I had to move the rooms to the back and shit. You know, I went in the front, but. Saying I would lay down and fucking just, you know, bless myself to sleep and shit, pretty much, you know what I mean? Just try to get through the night, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, 90s was crack, and then, you know, the fucking other drugs came into play, so everybody was up all fucking night doing damage, you know what I'm saying?
Fucking methamphetamine
yeah,
and shit.
all that shit came to play in South Central in the 90s and shit a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
And motherfuckers were losing their fucking mind off that meth, bro.
Yeah. So motherfuckers are awake 3, 4 in the morning and shit, you know what I'm saying? 5 in the morning in the backyard, just either smoking P-Dogs or doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? The P-Dogs were real heavy at the time. You know, motherfuckers smoking rocks, Primos all night, you know what I'm saying? Until the next day, all weekend long and shit. Fucking crew of people, you know what I'm saying? In the backyard just smoking and shit, just, you know, strapped. You know what I'm saying? But those were the days, bro.
I mean, those back in those days, bro. Like when you're high off of fucking, it can be crack cocaine, and that, I mean, that's the worst. Methamphetamine ain't no joke either, especially when you fucking up already a couple of days and you fucking seen things and shit, dog. Yeah. But you're on high alert, like all your senses, like any little motherfucking movement, you're fucking reacting to that shit. And if you got a strap, you know, what I mean, that motherfucker, you're clutching the handle of that motherfucking. All day
long, motherfucking sweaty palms on the motherfucking strap, you know, hand in the pocket, 24/7, just, you know, just ready, you know. That's how bad it got, you know what I'm saying? Just sitting there, you know, with your hand on the fucking pistol, on the grip and shit, you know.
I mean, and being from a neighbor,
that was a horrible ass feeling, my boy, you know. But that's what it was, my boy. You know, you can't, you know, it was a fucked up ass feeling and shit, you know. Make motherfucker not want to really live that life, you know what I mean? Like, nobody ever wanted to be there. There's fools that probably would, yeah, but.
I mean, that lifestyle is a drug itself. You know, it's an addictive stimulant itself, just living that lifestyle. Like sometimes when you would take, there would be dudes, I'll just say in general, bro, and you take them out of that lifestyle, they're gonna be itching for just that fucking excitement, that fucking, like, yeah, they don't want to live that, bro. But once you take it away from them, sometimes they're just so in tune to that lifestyle that they just want it back, and that's what they know. You know, it's
right.
Crazy.
I believe you, because I got cousins that are still fucking out there, and they're my age, you know what I'm saying, and they're in and out of prison. They still, you know, they come out, they're back to the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't belittle none of my family, none of my friends, none of my homies. I never belittle none of you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? I've grown out of that shit. You know what I mean? But I got a lot of love for you motherfuckers, because the simple fact that I've been there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad. I don't know how the fuck I made it out, but I made it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No doubt,
my family still stays in the hood, so I'll go back and visit all the fucking time. My pops, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, no doubt, brother. You need another cup of that right
nope, there? Nope, I'm good, my boy.
You good on that? All right, cool.
I got another one right here. You served me 2 today.
Yeah, okay, you straight. Okay. Yeah, it's just a fucking, it's an interesting topic. It's an interesting lifestyle and history.
Yeah, this is just away from my art that I always talk about and what people know me as, you know what I'm saying, Magoo, you know, doing the art. This is just something else that I wanted to put out there.
Well, that's why.
Because I know there's people, you know, like me, that live the life like me, you know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of love for them people, man.
No, 100%, bro. I mean, those are the roots. Those are the seeds. That's what molded you into the individual that you are now, bro. Right. You know what I mean? So you always got to pay homage to where you came from, and love and appreciate the life that you made it to now, bro. You know what I mean? And that's what, when we talked about having you on, bro, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm glad that we connected, brother. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, bro, you know what I mean? Like, I know what you do, you know what I mean? But let's get into what the people don't know about you, and that was the reason of having you on, dog.
Right, right. And I'm glad you had me on, man. And I'm glad to share these fucking stories, you know, because like you said, it's gonna go down in history and shit, you know. And I'd like to help another kid out or someone that's living the life like how I lived, you know. I'm more than happy to, you know, try to guide them out that, you know, that lifestyle, you know.
Yeah, no, 100%, and I feel like that too, and that's just kind of like a big factor in having this platform is to share these stories and maybe give certain individuals hope that, hey, you know what, like, yeah, you started off on a fucked up life, but there is
Way out.
there is a way out, and there can be a happy ending to the struggle that you're in right now. You know,
That's
if you stay strong and you
And
push
if you
forward.
want to do it, if you've been through enough shit already in life that you already done, you know, you're already fed up with this shit, man. There's no reason you need to be stuck anywhere, my boy. You know, you just gotta just fucking get up and fucking push. You know, do what you gotta do to get the fuck out of that, you know, lifestyle, man. You know, a lot of guys, like you said, unfortunately, a lot of guys will catch on, and unfortunately, a lot of guys won't. You know what I'm saying? Guys and girls, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, you can't ever forget the homegirls, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, with the Aquanet and the motherfucking bongo jeans and all that.
Makeup and shit, all that.
The slip-on Vans with the laces on the top that intertwined into the shit, dog. You know what I mean? All that shit, bro, you know?
Yeah.
It's you know, it's just it's a way of life, L.A., you know, growing up in that era. And even to this time, too, you know what I mean? But hey, shout out to everybody tapped in right now.
Well, thank you.
Love and respect. Hit that like button. Yeah, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. You know what I mean? Let them know. You know that Hoodstocks is here and we moving. But you had spoke on to you. You know what I mean? You've been shot 7 times, bro.
Yeah, man. That was when I was in the 90s, late 80s and 90s. I was 15, 16. Saying them were the days of the primos and shit, you know what I'm saying? Days of the P Dogs, the gang banging already started coming to effect and shit. The Ben Davis, all that shit was coming to effect in the 90s, you know. That night, my cousin Fred and me, like I said, we were brothers and shit, you know what I'm saying? We were all partying like a few blocks away from the pad and shit, and fucking, we like, it's time to go, bro. You know, this is the last one we're gonna smoke. We're gonna walk up the street. We're gonna look all down that corner, look that way, and if it's clear, we're gonna just fucking start stepping. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, we came through the main avenue that day. We didn't hit the back street because there was an alley there by the railroad track. Everyone used to cut through like a fucking catwalk, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? This day we came through the avenue, and I told my cousin, looks clear over there. Ain't no headlights coming from that side. Santo, ain't no headlights coming from that side. Ain't no headlights coming from this side. You know what I'm saying? Let's start stepping. Let's go. You know, let's move fast and get to or 6, 7. Had to go 70. You know, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3 blocks. We had to walk. You know what I'm saying? So look that way. Nobody, my boy. You know what I'm saying? So we start stepping. Next thing you know, fucking, you know, I don't know. I never knew who did it or whatever, but fucking car fucking started up. So they were parked. We were looking for cars that were moving and shit. Yeah. But these people were waiting, so I didn't get to see. I just heard the car start up. I looked and soon started busting. And we were 2 houses away from my pad and shit. So instead of me running to the pad, I ran the opposite direction because the car was facing that way. My cousin ran it. My cousin got shot in the pocket, but lucky he had change, so the bullet bounced off of him. But I ran back this way. These people must have busted like 30 times. I'm saying they chased me back that way. I got hit like 4 times. In the arms and legs and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that shit put me down for a while and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was out of commission and shit. I remember going to high school and shit after I kind of got rehabilitated and shit. With, you know, I walked around with a cane for a long time through high school and shit. You know, everybody knew me as walking with a cane in high school and shit. You know, got hit in the foot, went through the foot, came out the other side and shit. That was with the 45 and shit. So I was young. I was like 14, 15 and shit.
Getting hit that many times, bro, with some bullets and shit, bro.
Just one time, you know, so.
And I mean, how did you? I mean, when you got hit that time, you been shot 2 times. Let's speak on this one right now. But when you got shot that time, you said you got hit 4 times. I mean, what did that do to your mental state? Like, did it just make you fucking angry? Did it just start making you think about, like, you know what, maybe I just need to get the fuck up out the way? Like, what was going through your mind at the time? Retaliation.
Yeah, retaliation and shit. You know, I was with the business back then. I was young. You know what I'm saying? I was already fucking. You know, the lifestyle was already there, you know what I'm saying? fucking a kid, you know, 'cause pops and everyone else. So I hesitated, and I'm pretty sure everyone else wanted to retaliate and shit because we were already from the neighborhood and shit at the time, you know what I'm saying? So it probably led to, it opened doors to like a big war and shit pretty much, you know what I'm saying, with different, other neighborhoods and shit. You know, that's what it led off to.
I mean, is a hard being from a neighborhood like Florencia, you know what I mean? And thank you, my G. Being from such a known neighborhood, you know, an old neighborhood. I mean, when did your hood start, bro? Do you know that?
I don't know too much of the history, but I think it started in the fucking 40s or 50s. You know?
Yeah.
I think it started like maybe 50s. I want to say.
I mean, one of the first neighborhoods in South L.A., huh?
That was one of the first neighborhoods in South L.A. Besides, you know, I think Lanton, and that probably was on that side of the tracks, but more on the west side, and then Watts was on that side. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a big neighborhood. It's
Yeah.
known as Florencita Park. Back in the days, it was Florencita Park and shit. I heard it was like, you know, that's the name. That's how it was known as Florencita Park in the 70s. Then turned to Florencia, but it is what it is, dog. You know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but so back to what I was asking you. You said it was like retaliation. You know, I mean, I need that get back. You know, and so obviously you said you were in high school. You're walking around with a cane. You know, I mean, how did you, moving forward, bro? I mean, how did you like, continue moving forward, bro? From that, you know, was it just a?
It was a phase. It was like dust yourself off and fucking keep on pushing, my boy. Like,
yeah.
And I had a little stripe there, you know, at the same time.
I mean, when you get shot,
yeah, people were around me and shit. Every high school I went to, I told you I had like every high school I went to at the time I was going to Fremont High. So all my peoples were at Fremont High, you know what I'm saying? Just walking around, like, hanging. You know, we were always 10, 15 deep in the school, any school we went to. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 20 deep in the school, you know?
Yeah. And so that's different, dog, because I think about it, and like from my neighborhood, bro, I mean, we were never like 10, 15 deep in a fucking high school, bro. You know what I mean? We were from, it started off in a small neighborhood, bro, and it obviously expanded to this day, you know, but just to have the luxury of being in a high school and there's 15 of you motherfuckers, dog, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I know a lot of my boys back in the day, they would just be like one or two if you're lucky, dog, you know? But just from being a big neighborhood, dog, you know what I mean, if you're in that fucking the lifestyle, and
we
you're
were
in that
recruiting
era.
fools all the time at schools. We were always recruiting fools, you know what I'm saying? Recruiting fools since junior high, you know what I'm saying? And we were all in the same, like I said, there was only two schools in South Central where I grew up, at least Huntington Park or Fremont. Them were the only two schools. And my neighborhood was big, so, you know, it was always either they were from other cliques, we still had each other's back, you know what I'm saying? It was still Florence, regardless of what clique it was, we always were good.
Yeah, no worries. Got that.
Kind of liked it too, though. Walking around with the cane there, felt, you know, the girls always came up and shit, you know what I'm saying? They helped me out all the time, you know what I'm saying? So it was a good, I didn't, you know.
I mean, some people that don't know the lifestyle and shit, like that was just like some fucking, like you said, it's stripes on your motherfucking shoulders and shit, dog.
Right.
And when they see this young motherfucker, dog, gang related fool walking around with a cane because he just got shot up, dog. Yeah. I mean, in the neighborhood, motherfuckers look at that and they're like, oh shit, look at that fool. That fool's still right here. You know what I mean? And you like a young OG right there with that cane and shit, dog. And it's crazy the way people look at it. You know what I mean? You know, you can get shot up a gang of times and motherfuckers like, damn, you survived that shit. I mean, I guess it's a given. Like, you should give that man some fucking respect, dog.
Yeah,
and he's still here, right
ways.
Here with us, you know?
Yeah, it worked both ways. You know, there was a lot of fucking people that weren't happy that I was alive still, you know what I'm saying? And then there was people that were, you know, on my team, you know what I'm saying? They were happy that we survived it and shit, you know?
Yeah, no, 100%.
It works both ways, bro. You got your ins and your outs on that shit, my boy, you know?
And then the second time you got shot, like how far apart was that?
I got shit when 16, and then I got shot when I was 21 and shit. You know, I was already that was my first kid was born and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, my grandfather bought all kinds of houses. He had a couple of houses on 3 blocks away, and they gave me a house on the corner where I was renting for my grandmother. in another corner house, but it was still in the neighborhood. That day, my cousin Fred was with me. You know what I'm saying? The first time I got shot. Second time, I was coming home from work, but I drove lowriders and shit, Regals and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I pulled up from work. I ended up being a steel worker too. You know what I'm saying? So I was coming from work and shit in my steel shirt. You know, my work shirt, the light blue with the little patch with your name and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget the holes in that one. You know what I'm saying? So I was coming home. I parked my car down the block and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was in the block facing the avenue like this. So I got off the car, this fool pulls up and just started busting and shit. Busting. I don't know what the fuck it was, 38 or 44, what was fucking a loud ass gun. But I was able to duck and shit, and they just kept busting. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm fucking ducking and shit, running behind the car and shit. So fucking my cousin Fred, rest in peace, lived next door to me. He was raising his little family at the time too. We both had our little families going whatever, you know what I'm saying, in the two little duplexes and shit in the corner. And fucking he come fucking dudes bust on me, took off. I got pissed off automatically, you know what I'm saying, like fuck. Fucking got in the car and shit, like fuck. My cousin lived next door, came out running with the fucking strap and shit, jump in, let's roll. Fucking these fools just went that way. We already know where they're going. So we fucking started chasing them. But when I'm fucking chasing them, when they shot at me the first time, they shot out my radiator, so I start overheating. You know what I'm saying? So I come back around, fucking trying to get back where I don't know why I was putting water in the radiator to go back, dog, you know what I'm saying?
And they came back?
The motherfuckers came back.
Oh, shit.
So we're right down the main avenue trying to put water. This was like, my cousin already put the strap because it's shooting, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of noise going on, so put that shit up real quick. Do we fill this out real quick? And fucking turn it over. Just start fucking pitting out, coming out the side streets and shit. So I'm thinking to do a drive-by this time, you know what I'm saying? So my cousin fucking, of course, he's always been the smart one, fool. He always goes in or runs in the house or behind the house. I'm always like, okay, they're going to just do a drive-by. Let me duck on the side of the fucking car. You know what I'm saying? Childless.
They got off.
They got off, fool.
Ooh, those fools were some savages. They were on a mission,
yeah,
bro.
They were on a mission.
They already lit you up, bro. You chased them or some shit, right? They came back, homie. Those dudes were on a fucking mission. I mean, that's, you know what I mean?
That was crazy.
I mean, I've heard stories, bro, you know, about fools doing things and taking off. I mean, once the gunshot fly, you want to go, dog. Whatever, it's hot. You know what I mean? The hooters are coming, you know what I mean? You know, the helicopter's going to show up any minute, bro. You know, but these dudes came back, bro.
That's right. They came
and what
back.
happened, dog?
I just remember fucking just waiting for them to shoot, and they never shot. I just heard the door slam, and I just was hidden, like, bending over on the side of the car and shit. And I just felt, boom! 12-gauge shotgun to the back. Boom! Hit me in the back and shit. And I was like, oh, hell no. I thought I would never get shot again from the first time. And you never think you get shot twice, you know what I'm saying? No one ever thinks to get shot again. You got shot, that's it, you know what I'm saying? Fuck no. Got shot in the back. This time I was down. You know what I'm saying? I was down. I couldn't move. I couldn't do nothing. I fucking took off. Left me there on the floor. My cousin ran out. Fucking yelling at me, why didn't I run type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hit right here, fool. Like, I can't
Why'd you
explain
run?
to yeah, next thing you know, it's on the corner, so the whole fucking neighborhood's fucking out there now. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's out there yelling at me and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking seeing everyone turning black and white already. I got a hole about this big in my back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like a fucking centimeter away from my spine and shit.
Wow.
Close range with the shotgun, but lucky for me, I was fucking bent. So
was it a slug? So it was a slug, then, huh?
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
It was a slug. And luckily for me, I had another cousin that lived across the street. You know, he was going through the fucking fire department and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? He ran out and he was. Everyone's yelling at me, the whole neighborhood and shit. I'm fucking trying to. Seem like the fire engines are taking forever to get there, the ambulance and shit. I'm just fucking bleeding on the fucking floor right there in front of my pad and shit, in front of my newborn kid and shit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just, man, I gotta fucking survive this shit, dog. I gotta survive it, you know what I'm saying? I'm already breathing this shit, running out of air and shit. Everyone's yelling at me. Everyone's just fucking, I could just see, you know, just see fucking people like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't you run? What the fuck is this? So my cousin that was a paramedic going for fire, he fucking rolled up a towel from what I heard and he fucking plugged me, you know what I'm saying? He saved my life, bro. Put it inside the hole and shit.
Make sure you don't bleed out.
I just remember the fireman getting there and shit and fucking, I just told him, oh man, I'm gonna be alright, right? And he's like, yeah, and they just put that shit on me and that's it. I woke up in a fucking hospital, fucking, with my fucking fucking stomach wide open and shit. They cut me open to like check and see if everything's all right in there. They're supposedly they already had announced me dead in the fucking waiting room and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I fucking woke up like, what the fuck? And I see my dad. The time my kid's mom, they ran into fucking hospital. Like when they pronounced me dead, they guess they were fighting the doctors to come in the room and shit. And I woke up and fucking seen my whole fucking shit open right there. Like I was like, fuck. They just threw me back down.
Because you weren't supposed to wake up and see that in the middle of a surgery.
Yeah. So they put that shit on me, and then I just remember, you know, I survived that one.
I mean,
I was young. I was fucking after. Let me see. That was before or after when I got out for that hot one, you know.
Yeah.
But it was around that same era, 91, 92 and shit, you know.
I mean, when you woke up in the middle of surgery, bro, and you see your fucking stomach wide open, I mean, what did you see, bro? Did you just you're under the fucking bright lights and you see the surgeons on you?
I see my dad and shit running in the room and shit. I looked at them. That's what woke me up and shit.
Oh, so they opened you up right away then?
Yeah, because I got hit in the back, so they wanted to see if it I guess ruined anything inside. I don't know. So I got a scar from here to there and shit. But, you know what I'm saying? That was in the 90s. That was a long ass time ago, 21, you know what I'm saying? So that was like fucking, I want to say 30 years ago kind of shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
30, maybe 28 years ago. That was a long ass time ago.
And so after you came out of the hospital from there, I'm going to ask you again, bro, what was your mind state?
It took me a long time to fucking get through that one, bro. You know what I'm saying? My mind state was like recuperate, get on your feet again. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in the hospital for a long time and shit because it was so close to my spine. I had to learn how to walk again and fucking, you know, I couldn't stand up straight. You know what I'm saying? I had to hold my back, bro. Like,
I mean, you.
So I was like just trying to fucking worry about myself. You know what I'm saying? At the time, trying to get back and shit. You know what I'm saying? But of course, there was, you know, some fucking retaliation in there. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I'm pretty sure everyone else retaliated for me.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though, bro. Like. You said you're raising a young family. Your kids were out there. You seen that. They seen that.
Second kid, yeah.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, is it...
they didn't see, they were still young. They were babies still. He was still a baby.
Yeah, I mean, but was there a thought in your head was like, you know what? I got to move up out of this bitch, you know? Like
of course that was. I got to move out because I was young and stupid, you know. I would have fucking, you know, boombox bumping on the corner and shit. I mean, fools hanging out in front of the yard and shit. After that, I moved back to the 3 blocks back to the house with my family, where my grandmother took care of me and everyone else. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't on my own on the 3 blocks, which is only 3 blocks away, but still, it was. I got shot there. I don't need to be there no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, come back and hit me again or what? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, how does a grandmother? You know what I mean? A grandmother. You have a grandmother that's taking care of her grandson that just got shot. I mean, how does she take care of her grandson? Is it a lot of sopita? Is it a lot of fucking
she never told me how
vapor rub? You know what I mean?
She take care of me, dog, but she never told me how I looked till after. I thought she was like, "Oh man, you're gonna be all right. You look good." You know, she'll patch it up, gauze it, clean it every day.
Show you all that love,
bad.
yeah.
But she told me after the fact, like years later, she goes, "Magoo, I couldn't fucking stand seeing your back. You had to, because I had to let it flourish. Like, you know, the skin has to grow, so they didn't close it right away. You know, they had to do skin graphics and shit on my back, you know, but they had to let the fucking tissues grow back up. So it was a hole that she had to clean every fucking day for like 6 months, 7 months.
Open wound.
Yeah, open wound and shit, you know what I'm saying? So she took care of me, you know, and I was happy for that, and I'm grateful for that. Grandma, rest in peace, you know?
Yeah, rest in peace to your grandma, bro. I mean, the cariño, the love, bro. I mean, that you felt from your grandma when she was taking care of you, bro, must have been just like soothing, right? Like mijo, it's okay. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Even though she told you afterwards that it was fucking horrible. She hated seeing you like that.
Yeah, and at the time, my first kid's mom, she was there for me too at the time, you know what I'm saying? So at that too, you know, we were young and shit, you know. They still were there for me, you know. So I still had the love, you know, that I needed, you know, to get through that. You know, so.
Let me ask you a question, bro. I mean, let's ask this, bro. I mean, my grandma, bro, always made me feel good, bro.
Right.
She always, somehow, some way, like, sometimes I would go in her room and she would just talk to me about what's going on in my life with, like, say, my mom or my pops, which was kind of dysfunctional. It was bad, bro. And she just had a way of making me feel so good, dog, you know? Just her loving spirit, even though she yelled a lot, but these times she talked to me like, you know, like her grandson, like a fucking loving, someone she loved, you know? But what was like favorite food that she would make for you, bro?
I always liked her hamburgers, dog.
Her hamburgers.
She made hamburgers, but she made them by hand and shit. You know what I mean? Back then, and it was not with the bun; it was with bread and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just white bread with mayonnaise and the fucking hamburger. Her grandmothers were wrapping in wax paper and shit. You know what I'm saying? And she would make a lot of them because it was a big family. So that was one of my favorite. I didn't used to like mayonnaise, but I would eat hers. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, it's just a hamburger, dog. Like fucking homemade hamburger, bro. I love them hamburgers, bro. Like I miss those.
I mean, you always remember, I tie food in with different family members. You know, as a kid, you know what I mean? Like my auntie, you know what I mean? My auntie always made some bomb ass fucking deep fried tacos, but she'd make it with hamburger meat, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I remember as a kid, bro, that she would always, like when I go to my aunt's house, bro, she'd always have the fucking the deep fried tacos on me, you know what I mean? And I knew what was in it. It wasn't no carne asada, nothing. It was just fucking ground beef, bro. Right. But those motherfuckers were just fucking stupid fire, dog. Yeah. You know what I mean?
She probably put the vegetables and all that shit in there, the veg all and all that.
I mean, they were stupid bomb. I mean, to this day, I've never had a better deep fried taco. And then when it comes to my grandma always had tamales, you know what I mean? And she especially had them, and she made them by hand, bro. And especially around Christmas, bro. You can go into her refrigerator, bro. You can open the bottom drawer, bro, to where you kept the like fruit or with vegetables and shit. And there'd always be just a big bag of fucking sweet tamales with the raisins in them, dog. You know what I mean? And the fucking the green chile and the red ones. You know what I mean? Like. You know what I mean? And I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? And then she made bologna sandwiches, bro. You know, and they were just like, it's a bologna sandwich, bro. But this bologna sandwich tasted like no other bologna sandwich.
That's right.
And the sopita, she bombed sopita, dog.
Sopita was fire.
Yeah.
You know, my grandfather was a cook, though. You know, he was a real good cook.
What did he make? You know
Man, he made everything from menudo to fucking...
like from scratch?
Yeah, hell yeah. I learned how to do that shit at a young age because, like I said, I was like, cause I'm the oldest grandkid, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I would be there chopping it up with him on the table from scratch. He would make fucking steak picado and shit. The salsas was a fucking main thing. My grandfather loved chili with everything, dog.
Yeah.
You know
I mean, that makes the taco, right?
Yeah, he would just make the salsas. I still use the same recipes, you know, because I sat there as a kid helping him out at the table all the time. But my grandmother was from Arizona and shit. My grandfather, they were more, you know, Los Angeles native, my grandfather from Watts, you know what I'm saying? They were born in Jalisco, but they came here at a very young age, you know? My great-grandfather was Spanish-speaking, but my grandfather and my grandmother were just English. I was raised in an English home, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
English-speaking home and shit, you know what I'm saying? My grandma was really mellow, though. She was from Arizona, really nice lady, you know? But
yeah,
her younger age, but then she, you know, she my grandfather in Watts, and they got married and all that.
So growing up, I grew up in a English-speaking home, but being the fact that it was all single mothers, my aunt, my grandma, and my mom, when it was all the kids right there, bro, and they didn't want us to know what they were talking about, it would be all strictly in Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
Strictly in Spanish, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
There was Spanish in there. You know, they knew Spanish, but they was mainly speaking. Yeah, so you knew, like you said, they were speaking Spanish, and when they needed to say something between, you know, adults and shit.
Yeah. It's just, you know what I mean? And anyways, bro, I don't want to get too deep into that, but I love to hear the fucking the culture, the love, you know what I mean? When our family, our grandmas and grandpas, like my grandpa Johnny, I remember as a kid, he would give us apples. I remember sitting on the porch with him at the house, and he would give us apples, but he would peel the apples, right, bro. He would give us apples with no skin on it, bro. And he'd be like, here, mijo. And I remember sitting on the porch with him, and my grandma, I always remember, I was so young, bro. And I would hear my grandma in the background yelling at him, fucking Johnny, blah, 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 whoa, 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 you know? And he would just like, he was such a calm dude. He was a postal dude, you know what I mean? He worked for the postal office, you know? And he bought up a bunch of property in Alhambra. You know what I mean? This is in Alhambra area. Before that, they were in Lincoln Heights and shit, whatever. But anyways, I just remember just the little things, bro.
Yeah, them shits. I was talking to my wife the other day about that. When my grandfather used to sit down and he would look at TV he would sit on his back against the couch, like on the floor, though. You know what I mean? And he'll just have a newspaper open and just peeling oranges, and I would sit there and we would just fucking eat. little tangerines or whatever fruit it was, dog. You know what I mean? We would just enjoy eating a bag of fucking oranges. You know what I mean? Like, damn, that was the shit right there. You know what I mean? Like,
Simple shit.
My grandma would tell me, "Are you ever gonna stop eating them oranges? You know, they're good. You know what I mean? Watermelon and all that shit. You know, it's simple shit that we used to look forward to. You know what I'm saying?
You know, speaking on simple stuff, though, and when we have these conversations, I always like to reflect on my life as well. But I think about my kids right now. And my kids will say, you know what? I remember, Dad, when we would hang out, when we would chill out, and we'd eat pistachios, you know?
Right.
Like my girls, I taught them how to eat pistachios, you know? Like no, you don't put that in your mouth because I don't want them to choke on the shell, you know what I mean?
Right.
Get your fingers right there, split the pistachio open, then you eat it, you know? So my girls to this day, they'll put it in their mouth to open one up, but I said, when you got to put one in your mouth to open it up, then you got the wrong pistachio. You need to get another one. You get one that's split open. You got the wrong one. Put that one back. Leave that for Dad. You know what I mean?
Right.
I might not even fuck with that. You know what I mean? But I think to this day, bro, I think they will think about growing them up eating pistachios, dog. Because I do that with my girls, and it's so funny when they say it because they're one's gonna be 4, one's already 5, and it's funny. It's funny to hear them say pistachios because to hear a fucking 4 or 5-year-old say pistachios,
right.
dog. It's a big word, and they pronounce it really like, you know, just as a baby,
pistachios.
Bro. Yeah, you know, it's a hard word to pronounce,
I wonder
dog.
how they pronounce it. Let me see how they pronounce it, my boy.
Yeah, for sure, dog. But it's funny, dog. But I mean, the little things, dog.
The little things like
life.
fucking my neighbor's fucking pomegranate fucking trees growing halfway over my yard and shit. And when we were kids, we used to go fucking hunting for pomegranates in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Then we're like gold and shit. You know what I'm saying? So now I see my neighbors like fucking coming out. I don't even trim it. I just let them fucking grow. But I pull them down and put them in the kitchen, and my kids cut them open and they put them with the chamoy and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I like seeing them doing shit like that because it reminds me when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, eating pomegranates is a fucking tough job.
Yeah,
bro.
it is.
You know
bro.
what I mean? Because you gotta fucking pop that bitch open, bro. You know what I mean? You gotta get through all that fucking skin that's in there, that's intertwined in the pomegranates, and then once you get to the pomegranates, bro, you got all those seeds, dog. You know what I mean? It's a really and that's why pomegranate juice is so fucking expensive, bro. Because for them to distract that from that fucking fruit with all those fucking elements involved in that fucking fruit. I mean, it takes some fucking work, bro. And then it takes a lot of fucking pomegranates to make a fucking big pomegranate fucking item to sell and shit. But anyways, bro, the little things in life, bro.
Little things in life, man. I've already learned how to eat a fucking mango. Usually a mango's hard to eat too, right? Because the bone and shit. I guess now YouTube and shit. You know? And my son's like, Dad, on YouTube you can fucking learn how to. Have you ever tried to open a mango this way? So they cut it. Now you gotta twist the mango and then pull it off, and you have the whole fucking mango. I never knew that all these fucking years.
I don't know that to this day,
you
bro.
You gotta cut it and then you twist it like hard and shit, you know, and then pull the mango off and shit. You know what I'm saying? So you have a whole mango in your fucking hand. I tried it and it fucking worked, bro.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the street vendors. I got one dude that comes in the front right here, bro, and he is fucking legit, dog. This dude sells the fucking the mangoes on the stick, dog. You know what I mean? With the chamoy, he put all them fucking
without the bone, or has the bone? No, it's without the bone.
I think it's without the bone, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. But this dude is a savage, dog, because he's on top of his game, bro. Because you can go there with a credit card, homie. I mean, what? He got the swiper, bro. You know what I mean? Like this, I'm like, bro, you are on top of it, my G. You know what I mean? But shout out to our street vendors, dog.
Yeah, that's
I
right,
love
man.
the street vendors. I mean, back in the 90s, South Central. You know what I mean? Street vendors. Let's speak on street vendors, bro. You know what I mean? What was it with the street vendors, bro? They sometimes they didn't get too much love in my neighborhood. Sometimes they get robbed, dog. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we'll talk into this era right here. If you rob, we got these videos that are surfacing of black dudes robbing street vendors and shit. And sometimes me, dog, I sit back and I'm like, fuck, we used to do that shit all the time, dog. I'm just as guilty. Good thing there wasn't video popping up because we were fucking some savages on some shit. Oh shit. Oh, we short on the fucking on the recop. You know what I mean?
That's
right. No, there goes a street vendor right there. Get his ass. You know what I mean? Like savages,
I think
bro.
90s, it was a little different in the 90s with the street vendors. There was not too many rules like today with the street vendors. They were like open. What do you want to say?
Open game.
Open game and shit. But I wasn't too hard on them. You know what I mean? As far as like, I know fools they were. You know what I'm saying? Like, going in the pockets and shit like that. But street vendors, probably in the 90s were, they were probably like open game, like you said and shit, but that was not my target, you know what I'm saying? I never really was hard on that shit. But I remember from the fucking street vendors from the 80s, they would go down the block with their trunk open and shit and a fucking ice chest full of fucking pico de gallo and shit, you know what I'm saying? That's the ones I remember the 80s, you know what I'm saying? We would all run up to the car and he would have an old ass fruit probably and shit, you know what I'm saying? He would already had it hooked up though, because back then there was no chamoy and none of that shit. It was just lemon and fucking chili powder, right?
Yeah.
So he would have an ice chest with fucking fruit and lemon and chili already fixed up. It tastes good already.
Who the fuck invented chamoy, dog?
I don't
who was the genius?
My kids are like with that shit.
Who's a genius?
I don't know too much about chamoy.
I know about it from like fucking micheladas sometimes. But my girl right now, shout out to my boy Flox. His girl turned my girl out on the fucking White Claws. And my girl's been like drinking a little bit lately because
chamoy and shit.
No, she's been drinking White Claws, but she put the chamoy on top, dog. But she's been drinking a little because one of her friends passed away. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to her,
yeah. But that chamoy is a big thing these days, bro.
It looks good too in them fucking pictures, don't it? When they put all that fucking chamoy and lemons and fucking that tajin and shit on top, everybody wants one of those, I think that's kind of what influencing the whole thing right now with the beards and shit. My girl's the same way,
Yeah.
Chamoy and shit and tajin and all that shit.
Yeah,
I drink it. I love it, but you know what I'm saying?
It's more like a meal to me than it is like like you're trying to drink or something like that or get buzzed. It's more of like a meal and shit, dog. But growing
get
up,
started and shit. It's like to get started a drink to me. I drink a michelada. The next thing is gonna be a beer right after.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Maybe two. I ain't gonna lie, what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they gotta be right though.
What's your go-to, dog, when it comes to food, bro? You know what I mean? Like, what is your go-to? I got my boy Flox right here. He's a foodie, dog. You know what I mean? They used to call him Flaco, dog. Well, they still call him Flaco. You know what I mean? But obviously, he's fucking. I
think they used to call me Flaco once upon a time. My grandparents used to call me Flaco all the time too. So.
What is your go-to food? What do you like, bro?
Fuck,
you know what I mean?
Dog. What don't I like? That's probably what should be the question.
What don't you like? Like, what's your go-to meal, dog? Like, if you're on death row right now, and they said Magoo, OG Magoo,
fuck you want?
You got one meal. What is your meal gonna be?
You don't want to know, my boy.
What?
It's gonna be fucking chili cheese fries with pastrami on top, my boy.
Okay.
That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Chili cheese fries with pastrami from a certain place, maybe the
Hat.
Or
right? The Hat's the only one. I think they invented that shit, dog. The Hat invented that shit.
That's a fat ass meal right there, boy. It's bad for you, but I'm fucking probably gonna go for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a small one though, not a big ass large one, because I ain't trying to go out all food and shit. You know what I mean? I'll probably.
Do you try to
small one?
Do you try to watch the way you eat these days, brother?
I try
in your older age, you know what I mean?
I try to, but fuck, it's hard when you have teenagers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like competition. I got one son that's in water polo and shit. He's about my height, my build. He's only he just turned 17. My boy Caesar, he's my youngest.
Shout out to Caesar.
Yeah, CJ, man, he's a hard worker. And then my son Ricky, which is in college now, he's 20. But them motherfuckers, they can eat, dog, you know what I mean? So it's like competition at the table. They're right there eating these fucking chili cheese wrap pastrami's. I gotta be like, God damn, let me and they're holding on to it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I try to stay light though, you know what I'm saying? I'll get a quarter, me and my wife will split a burger nowadays or some chili fries nowadays, like small chili fries. We try to share them, you know what I'm saying?
In this COVID-19 era, bro, you know what I mean? Are you really, like, when it comes to your household, let's just speak particularly on you and your wife, being the fact that you're the heads of the household, right? Right. And without you guys, life is fucked up for the ones after you, your kids, bro, you know what I mean? So with this COVID-19, are you moving a little different? Or are you just taking it as you go, bro? Like, in regards to your health?
Oh man, that's a real good subject right there. As far as like fucking when March came, I was doing fucking events and shit. I was busy fucking painting like a motherfucker. Like 2019 was crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know me, everybody knows me that I'm fucking grinding, fucking doing parties, 5-6 parties a weekend and shit. You know what I'm saying? Corporate events, fucking bar mitzvahs, fucking quinceañeras. I have a team of artists. You know what I'm saying? I have a staff of 16 people. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So I was out there doing my thing in 2019, 2020. Nothing was stopping me because, my past, you know what I'm saying, with the shit I've been through, you know what I'm saying, this COVID bullshit is fucking, it's fucking it's fucking. I can't. I always have that state of mind. Like I can't be scared of this fucking. I dodge bullets and fucking all this shit on my life. Now I'm fucking gonna dodge some fucking something that's unknown and shit. So I kept pushing, but of course I wear my mask. You know, I'm fucking believing in shit. I still don't know anyone that passed away directly from COVID and shit to this day. You know what I'm saying? So, but I still be precautious because my wife was really precautious about that shit. I would get home and I was still out there hustling because motherfucking hustlers are still pushing out there. You know what I'm saying? There's still demand for shit out there. You know what I'm saying? Paint. I'm still painting. You know, there's still demand, even though we're doing it a different way now. You know what I'm saying? I'm painting out the studio now. I'm not at events painting, but I'm painting out the studio. I had a website up for like 25 years, so I'm still getting orders. You know, I'm still pushing, bro.
And real quick, plug your website, and then tell me. Second part is, tell me what you are painting and the product that you're selling, bro.
Shit. Well, my website is, you know, www.activeairbrushent.com. I'm an entertainer and an artist at the same time, you know. So what I'm painting right now is a lot of T-shirts. A lot of people, I want to say a lot of designers. I work with a lot of designers, a lot of corporate companies that are, you know, they're selling shit online or they're trying to launch their spring line or their summer line. You know what I'm saying? They want to, right now everyone's tapping in for some reason to the airbrush, bro, like urban art. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm painting T-shirts. I got an order right now. I'm working on 200 T-shirts. And it's for a designer that they dropped. I did 2 shirts for them. They dropped it and they got hit. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm painting shirts for them. They would put an order for 200, so they're selling. So I'm staying busy doing that type of shit. At the same time, I'm still doing rest in peace shirts. At the same time, I'm still doing birthday shirts. You know what I'm saying? Little stuff like that. And a lot of these events I used to do, now instead of them fucking having me paint, you know, 50 to 100 items at their fucking bar mitzvah, now they're fucking having me paint them in the studio, and then they're giving them out like them virtual fucking drive-by, so they're handing the bags out to the fucking people now, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still working. I just did a drop, well, I shouldn't probably leak it yet, but I did some shit's coming out with Old Dirty Bastard right now.
Old Dirty Bastard,
yeah, I did I don't want to say any names yet, but it'll be coming out soon, you know what I'm saying? It's for a more like a, I want to say like a brand name and shit. I work with a lot of brand names, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you see the BMA Awards, you know, Kiki Palmer, the dress I did, you know, the artwork and their outfits and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, Kiki Palmer, bro.
Yeah, on the VMA, if you look at, go back into you'll see all the airbrushing and shit in there, you know what I'm saying? So my shit was on the VMAs and shit. You know, I have a collection with stance and shit, which, you know, socks and shit, you know. Guess Jeans, I fucking work with Guess Jeans and shit. And fucking, I just did some shit with Mattel, Barbie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did some shit with them. You know what I'm saying? Young Thug's album release party, I was there painting at his fucking thing. Mayweather's fucking 90s fucking party, I was painting with him for his 90s party and shit. Fucking, like I said, Mario Lopez, I just did his kid's party like last week and shit.
I mean, how is it working with Mario Lopez? You know what I mean? The dude with the $1 million smile, dog. You know what I mean? The dimples, you know what I mean?
He's a righteous guy. I mostly deal, my wife, she's the one that does all the administrative shit of my job. Like, I'm just the artist. She's the one that fucking is emailing and all this shit. So she built rapport with Mario's wife and shit. You know what I'm saying? So they were fucking communicating through the whole party and shit. I'm just there painting. I took my artist with painting. But yeah, he's living real good, man. And I got to meet him and shit. You know what I'm saying? He seemed like a righteous dude. He came and took a picture of me and everything else. You know what I'm saying? So, but as far as working with them, I work with, you know, a lot of A-listers and shit. You know, Chris Martin and shit from Coldplay. I used to paint for his fucking kids like 3 or 4 years in a row. Fucking Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm saying there's a lot of, you know.
How is it? Tell us some stories, brother.
What do you want to know?
I mean, what you, bro? Like the singer from Coldplay, bro. That dude is huge, bro. Gwyneth Paltrow, dog. That is huge. Like, how is it working at these events, bro? Like, what?
I don't know who they are when I first get there, dog. Like, I don't recognize. I know I just got to show up to these motherfucking houses. You know, I deal with a lot of Jews and shit. You know what I'm saying? So everyone, it's mainly, you know, you got 3 types of Jews and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
what are the 3 types?
You got your Orthodox, you got your American, and then you got your Persian Jews. You know what I'm saying? So I would deal with all of them, but mainly Persians and shit, with the ones that are in Beverly Hills and fucking Malibu, all them fucking houses up in the hills and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm used to going to these fucking mansions and having these big ass bar mitzvahs and painting and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but of course I go, you know, teed up, you know, with the button downs and shit, a little dressed up, you know what I'm saying? All in black, you know what I'm saying? I don't really show up like this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't, but some I do. Some they're like, we want you.
I mean, it's not necessarily like frowned upon. Like if they have an airbrush, an artist coming to give them this style of artwork, bro. Like, right? Like,
you're right.
You know what I mean?
You're
You
right
wouldn't
on
be
that.
surprised. Like,
You're right on that, and I figured that out. I've been doing this for a long time, so I started off going, dressed up because everyone around me is dressed up. You know, what I'm saying they always used to compliment, "Oh, you're nice dressed." We never seen an airbrush artist like even the other airbrush artists like, "Damn, you're making this look good." You know what I'm saying? So I used to go dressed up and fucking the only reason why because everyone else is we're like at the fucking probably at the Hilton or the fucking fucking Marriott and shit or fucking Beverly's Hotel. I'm not gonna go in with sagging jeans or fucking baggy jeans. I'm gonna go dressed up clean. You know what I'm saying? But then there's a lot that hey, can you come dressed like a graffiti artist? Sounds kind of fucking. But can you come dressed like a graffiti artist this time? Like some people ask me how to dress or how we're gonna dress, but it's usually like professionally done.
Yeah, and I want to speak on something like when it comes to like you said sagging jeans. You know what I mean? Like I noticed with a lot of homies from South Central L.A. They have like you weren't raised in East LA where it's all nothing but Mexicans, dog. You know what I mean? In South Central LA, you're intertwined with brothers, you know what I mean? With black dudes, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so in South Central, like homies from your hood would sag.
A little bit, not too fucking hard, but we fucking down with it. That's how we fucking the 80s and 90s. You know what I'm saying? That's how we, to this. Not to this day, I don't sag like that, but you know what I'm saying? We didn't really wear pants, high. We find a little low and shit, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
part of the gang fucking attire and shit.
I mean, homies from South Central were the first ones the way I see it, Watts and South Central were the first ones to kind of cross over and pick up a little of the Negro stilo.
I don't know if it was Negro, dog. It's just the fucking.
Was it you guys?
Fucking, I don't fucking know. What
I
do you
mean, because in the Chicano,
in the shaved our heads, I know that.
In the Cholo culture, dog, you know what I mean? There's some fools that be like, fool, we ain't black, we don't sag, whoop, whoop. But South Central, it was a little bit of different because of the intertwining cultures coming together. Right. And I mean that in the utmost respectful way, bro. I'm not trying to just like fucking create a static
to be understood,
to be understood, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I want to say for the simple fact that in the 80s and 90s there was no fucking racial tension like it is today. You know what I'm saying? In the 80s and 90s we had fucking the Bloods, Crips and shit. They were fucking still grew up on the block and shit. And believe me or not, the Bloods and Crips were trying to pull the Mexicans with them too at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But we knew where our grounds were at, so we had. I don't know. It was just like a style, hip hop style, back to the corduroys and shit. The Levi's and shit.
I mean, how do you feel about B-Real from Cypress Hill, dog? You know what I mean? B-Real from Cypress Hill is, I think, Neighborhood Swans, which is a blood gang. You know what I mean? But somehow, he was the first Latino hip hop artist that was using the word nigga. You know what I mean? Now everybody, the majority of the homies use that word, But I mean, I remember back in the day, a lot of the homies from South Central would use that word as well before it was kind of like in style, quote unquote, or whatever you want to call it in regards to just the hip hop culture and the culture in general, dog. But B-Real was one of the first ones to come out like that, and he found a niche. I feel like he found a niche with the homies, bro.
B-Real, I won't speak too much about him because, I won't, but I know, in the breakdancing days, B-Real was from Southgate, you know what I'm saying? We used to go breakdancing against him, but I know before he was B-Real and shit, you know what I'm saying? And he was the blood, you know what I'm saying? And I grew up on the Florence area, which is most East Coast Crips and shit, you know what I'm saying? So we were blue too, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, the kids them days, but as far as like the word, the N-word, I want to say, you know what I'm saying? We probably got to go back and ask our uncles and fucking pops and them, you know what I'm saying? Because they're the ones that used to use that word too before.
They would use that word back then in South Central.
Negro and shit, nigga, you know what I'm saying? They would use that word too. But, it was just like just like my grandfather used to use the blues, B.B. King and fucking Jimmy Reed and all them fucking, you know what I'm saying? So it was just something that was led to us too from them fucking, I don't know.
Passed on from generation
Yeah,
to
but it wasn't
generation.
like constant, but, you know, they would use it too.
They would use the word, and that's interesting, brother. Yeah, I mean, because
they would have the lingo and shit, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, I mean, that's interesting, bro, because you're talking about your pops, bro. Your pops is before you,
Not my
bro.
pop. There was either a certain uncle that would talk that way, you know what I'm saying? Someone who would talk like that. My pops don't really use that word.
And that's just from
They
having
didn't use it
neighbors.
like-
That's
yeah.
from having neighbors that are black folk. You know what I mean? And that are your neighbors, and they're not only your neighbors, but if you know what I mean, your neighbors that are your homeboys or your family, right? You know what I mean? So there was
they weren't trying to be, you know, they weren't trying to be black or nothing. They were just in the lingo, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like constant, but you would hear it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and
I mean, the first time,
you know, the nigga, please, like, come on, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit.
Yeah, no, for sure, bro. You know what I mean? And I get that. And the first time that I've ever heard it was from homies that were from South Central. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but in the culture, you know what I mean? It can tend to be frowned upon by certain individuals, and certain individuals might be, you can say they're outdated or they're not intertwined into what it was. But I always look at it like, check it out, bro. This is a gang culture. You got Mexicans, you got blacks. Sooner or later, like, both sides are gonna pick up on each other's fucking culture and what their styles, their estilos. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like blacks picked up a lot of the way we dressed.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, with the Dickies, the white tees, the high socks.
Long socks.
Yeah, the long.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, go ahead, do that. Handle that, boy.
Right.
Hey, we're gonna take a break real quick and let homie take a leak. Go ahead, handle that, dog. Yeah, you know where the rest was at.
Back.
Yeah, for sure, dog. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to everybody tapped in right now. I hope you're enjoying this podcast. It's been I feel like it's been a cool minute since I've been on here. Sunday, just to give you guys a heads up, Sunday, I got this one cat. His name's Scott. He was raised in the neighborhood in a meth house, and he's got some crazy stories for you guys, dog. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you guys tapping in right now. Much love. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Let motherfuckers know that we here. You know, Hoodstocks is here, and we doing what we doing. Let's give some shout outs right here. What do we got right here? Frank Navarro, Gucci Gang, for this young bucks. Yeah, for sure. We got 8. Say what? Shout out to everybody tapped in on this Friday night. You know what I mean? I know there's a lot, probably respect to the youngsters. Always respect to the youngsters. We chilling right here. It feels good to be back with you guys, though, man. I'll tell you that right now. You know, I've been trying to gorilla cut Ben Davies. Yeah. A Metal Hound Goon Squad. Shout out to my Goon Squad right here. Goon Squad, give it up right now. All my goons right here. Santana OC, what up? Where's the Bub Blunt at, Lucky? Who said that? Caesar said that. What up, Caesar? Risky 8, that's my boy right there. Saludos, Fuji from Boyle Heights. My boy Risky 8 right there. Easy Cuts, Anaheim in the building. Much love to Anaheim, dog. You know what I mean? Yeah, work tapping in. Appreciate you. Tony Soto, what up, dog? JJ, Lucky can Lucky speak Spanish? I can speak it a little bit, bro. I mean, I feel stupid sometimes when I speak it, bro. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because sometimes I don't pronunciate. I rather hear it and respond back in English sometimes, dog. But that's just me, though, bro. You know what I mean? Ashley, thank you for the $3. Hey, what's up? South Central Clanton here. Russian, that's what's up. Hell yeah. Love the Clanton, South Central. She a Russian. That's what's up. What's good, my boy Tony Soto? What up, my G? East Lowe's tapping in. Bob, that's right. Magoo representing the 90001. Right here. Ivan Mendoza, Vario Diamond up in here. Much love, dog. Shout out from the 50s. Lucky, that's the home. Who is that right there? Let me see. Corey Martinez. Bam. AO, love from the UK. Man, well, you motherfuckers showing love, dog.
That's right,
you know what I mean?
that's right.
Love you, motherfuckers. Shout out from Long Beach in the house. Much love. The Tony interview was dope. Goon Squad. I mean, I went in there. You know what? Honestly, when the Tony the Wizard interview, I was sitting there for a minute drinking. You know what I mean? I was waiting for my turn. You know what I mean? And I didn't realize that I was gonna have to wait for my turn. You know what I mean? And I was getting faded. So when I went on that interview, I went in there fucking kind of just fucking hot. Huntington Park in the casa. Much love to Huntington Park. Hey, Mr. Frank Forever's. That's my boy right there. What does he say right there? Micah said, "What up? What up? What up?" 310. Miss Goldie in the house. Love, respect. I love you guys. Thank you for tapping in. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. You know what I mean? Show the platform some love. Let's keep this moving. I got a lot of good interviews coming for you guys. You know what I mean? I'm about to Compton in the house. What up, Compton? You know what I mean? It's all love right here. I always try to treat this like the motherfucking yard. You know what I mean? It's a peace treaty. It's love. It's respect. Hoodstocks is just helping out the next man to tell their story. You know what I mean? Love you, motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Orange County. What up? Watts. What up? Gabriel Moreno. What up, my G?
What up, Gabriel?
Are they still a truth with East Coast? Is there still a truth with East Coast?
Man, I'm out of that right now, but from what I know, yes.
What up, Lux? Much respect, G. CPT for life. Love you, my G. Thank you, dog. You doing it, homie. Thank you, brother. Who is that right there? I can't even. That's a motherfucking whoop-de-whoop-whoop type of motherfucking handle right there. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna try to pronounce that shit, dog. That's some motherfucking Aztec shit right there, dog. You know what I mean? You could message me and tell me how to say that shit right. Dope house living. To a truck, driving in 2 years. Good shit, my G. Yeah, they are love, respect. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. You feel better, bro?
A lot of love. Hell yeah. Well, I was trying to get at you, but I was like, man, I gotta. You know what I'm saying? You got me drinking over here and shit, Legs. It's all good though. It's Friday and shit, you know.
Yeah, no, it's Friday, bro. I know you got things to do after this, bro. You know what I mean? And I appreciate R.I.P. What does that say? What up, Lucky from Reno, Nevada? What is that? R.I.P. A fart. S.A. Lux. Oh
Rip
my
a
god.
fart.
Huh?
Rip a fart.
Rip a fart. I mean, I need a fart button. I mean, colorblind. We all colorblind sometimes. We need to be colorblind. You know what I mean? But in this day and age that we are in, bro, you know, Breonna Taylor's. I noticed you didn't drink all that shot, bro.
Fuck, homie.
Finish that shit, dog. Finish
You
that shit.
notice that shit?
I just noticed it right now.
Finish
Finish that shit, dog. All right, cool. We good now, dog. You know what I mean?
You have some other shit. Drank 2 cups already. That shit.
No, I know, bro.
Someone had said they remember you in the two-tone Ringo.
That's right.
Two-tone Ringo?
Yes, I remember Magoo in the two-tone Ringo.
What's up with that two-tone Ringo, dog? Southside Fontana on deck. What up, my G?
That Regal was a fucking. Yeah, that was a known one. I think I had a couple of them motherfuckers.
I mean, being a lowrider enthusiast that you are. You know what I mean, and the people that don't know, this dude right here is, I mean, you about that culture 100%. You were raised in it, you know what I mean, and it's as you should. You know what I mean? Right. You should have that. I mean, like, bro, like, it's expensive to have them motherfuckers, dog. Not anybody can have a motherfucking lowrider and be good like that, bro. Like, I mean, how did you get your first lowrider? Did it get passed down to you, bro, or how did that work, bro?
First lowrider was my father gave me a fucking. You want to go back into the 90s? He gave me a fucking a Regal and shit because you know that was the thing back then. There was really not that he wanted to give me a Regal, but I think there wasn't no Hondas or any shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It was either you get something. You know what I'm saying? It was either Regal, Oldsmobile, or fucking Buick. You know what I'm saying? So I got handed down a fucking Regal to me, and I think I was like 19 maybe, fucking 20, and I fucking. I fucking hooked it up and shit, you know what I'm saying? 19 years old. And that was a no motherfucking car too, you know what I'm saying? I painted it black and shit. It was white interior, black, and I put some laces on it and shit, and it was on and cracking my way, you know?
I mean, when you say you putting laces on it, you talking about some Dayton's and shit?
No, it was straight laces and shit, like McLean's and shit.
Okay.
McLean's back there. There was no Dayton's in fucking them days. Dayton's came out, I think, maybe in the late 80s or 90s or mid 90s. You know, there was no Dayton's. There was probably Dayton's, but they were known as the McLean's back then.
McLean,
And I bought them from the East Coast and shit. You know what I'm saying? Back then.
From a cat from East Coast, huh?
Yeah, he put the fucking car in the fucking empty lot. I took him off and I paid him for him and shit. It was a G-Ride, you know. We took him off a Cadillac and shit. Slapped him on there and it was on and cracking with the lowrider scene and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Back in them G-Ride days, homie. Like,
empty lot, you know. Fuck, I think I probably paid like $200 maybe, and they, you know, I had to do the dirty work still, you know, but I still got them. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I got into lowriding. And you know, I seen all the love and shit, all the fucking, you know, it brought a lot of good things to me and a lot of bad things. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean, driving a car like that, you can tend to.
That was in the '90s and shit. You know,
can tend to bring some negative energy to you because they see you, you know, riding. I mean, them whips back in the day, like you would just. You look for Regals and shit like that, bro.
90s were hot. 80s, early 80s, it was just a thing. You know what I'm saying? Then it started getting hot when, you know, after the fact and shit. You know what I'm saying? When everyone started seeing them and they were out there like that. And then you know, I sold that to a good friend of mine and shit. Baby Champ, rest in peace. You know, he's from my clique and shit. Baby Champ was a good friend of mine and shit. You know, he drank himself, you know, to death. Man, I miss that guy and shit. You know, but
why is it more common for the hood to drink themselves to death than you know other fucking other levels in the fucking food chain, so to speak, right? You know, is it just like sometimes like I mean, there's more death in the neighborhood than there is in you know other levels of society, bro. You know, and I mean, it's probably a dumb question, bro. But just to get your perspective on it, dog, you know what I mean? We lose a lot of people growing up.
Right.
We lose a lot of people from bad decisions. You know, right? It's just bad decisions, maybe heartache.
A lot of, you know, fucking, I want to say it's fucking depression, my boy. Like, literally, like, you know what I'm saying? My boy, he lived by the projects and shit, you know what I'm saying? It was just a fucking bad area right there. Crack and everything was around that way, you know what I'm saying? It was just where he was raised. Not saying that the projects are bad, but, you know, it wasn't the Pueblo projects off of 55th and Homes and shit, you know, majority of blacks, maybe 80% black and like fucking 20% Latino in that area, you know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of drugs going in there, in the industrial area back there where everyone used to get high and shit. He lived right back there by the pallet yards and shit, you know what I'm saying? So maybe fucking depression, bro, you know, maybe there was a liquor store in the corner he used to like to hang around at a lot, you know, this was, you know, he drank a lot.
I mean, why is there more liquor stores in the neighborhood than there is in other neighborhoods? You know what I mean, other classes.
Ask fucking white people that question. Shit.
I mean, but if you think about it, the majority of the people that own these liquor stores aren't white.
Why do they allow the fucking licenses there? You know what I'm saying? You got to get a license for somebody. You can't just open a motherfucking liquor store.
And that roots back to roots back to black.
Like
I mean, to white.
dispensaries
Yeah.
and shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't open a dispensary fucking where you want to open it. Unless it's approved and shit.
But if you go to downtown LA, homie, you might find one on every single motherfucking
I shouldn't
block.
say the white people, but you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, you know, that's kind of how it is, though. You know, I'll be out working in fucking out of in the nice areas. I can't even find a motherfucking liquor store or motherfucking fast food place. You know what I'm saying? When I'm up on the west side and shit, you know what I'm saying? They're fucking miles. I have to drive out to go to fucking get me a big gulper. Fucking get me a McDonald's before I do a show or some shit. There ain't no fucking fast foods at the fucking Beverly Hills or fucking Palisades and shit like that. Ain't nothing like that around there, bro. So I don't know. I thought about that a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? But that's the truth. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's expensive to eat. To eat better. I mean, in regards to like, so you like what you're speaking on. You're saying like in the Palisades and the West Side, it's harder to find fast food joints. But in the neighborhood, you'll find one on every single fucking corner, along with a liquor store and shit. You know what I mean? Is it the setup, bro, to just fucking lessen our long life? You know, is it like the war on drugs, the 80s, the war on drugs, you know what I mean? Crack cocaine era, you know what I mean? It was just basically a weapon to destroy the black community, the Latino community, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like, are we still fighting this to this day?
Well, think about it, my boy. Like, literally, like, a majority of people are fucking catching COVID and shit. They say it's fucking blacks and Latinos, right? Because we eat fucking bad, don't we? You know You know what I'm saying? There's burger stands and everyone's got diabetes and shit and motherfucking high blood pressure and shit. You know what I'm saying? And their underlying health issues and shit that people are passing away with because of that shit. I don't know. We could get deep into that shit, but I hear a lot of things and shit, and some of them do make sense to me.
I mean, what is it to be woke nowadays? I mean, I hear this word being thrown out a lot about being woke. You know what I mean? What do you, the definition of being woke, what is it to you, bro?
Just being on your toes, I guess. Stay on your toes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Woke. Just be awake, bro. Like, be awake. Whatever comes your way, you're on top of it. You know
what's going on around you.
Yeah. Just fucking be on your P's and Q's like they used to say. You know what I'm saying? Just, know what the fuck's going on and shit. Be woke, I guess.
I mean,
and I'm that's a new word to me too, but I'm just assuming like stay awake, you know what I'm saying? Be woke.
I mean, I feel
don't
like
sleep, don't sleep. You know what don't sleep means, right?
Yeah.
So then fucking be awoke then, you know what I'm saying? Don't sleep on the shit. You know what I'm saying? Be awoke.
Don't sleep on shit. Be aware of what's around you.
Exactly. That's how I take it.
If you want longevity, if you want to live a long, healthy life and shit. I mean, these days, bro, I had a homie on, Daniel Ayala. AKA Marvelous, and a lot of people are saying this dude is woke, you know what I mean? And it was just being, they were speaking on the fact that he was, he looks into history, he looks into what's beneath the surface, you know what I mean? Right. We're all given a surface in life, you know what I mean? And it's up to us if we want to dig deeper than the surface, you know what I mean? And who provides the surface? The news outlets, you know what I mean? They provide a surface of telling us what it is and what it's not, you know what I mean? And it's up to us to dig deeper. And so I think this is my definition, the ones that dig deeper than what's presented in front of us are the ones that are woke, you know? Is looking for a further understanding of what's being presented to us, you know? Am I woke? I don't know. I'm trying to dig deeper than the surface, but sometimes when you dig deep, it can possibly take you through a rabbit hole of misleading information, because there's a lot of information out there nowadays with YouTube, Google. You know, you can dig deep, and it can possibly take you to a rabbit hole and possibly mislead you. Who knows what the truth is nowadays? Like, so check it out. My mom is Mexican. My pops is Russian Jew. You know what I mean? What is beneath the surface of that? And what brought me to that, looking a little deeper, was this homie that I had on, bro. You know what I mean? Because he was saying, you know what? No, the real Jews are black and Mexican and Latino, melanated individuals, dark-skinned individuals, you know? And he's saying, nah, bro, your pops ain't a real Jew. These people are real Jews, you know what I mean? But what I'm trying to get at is, bro, is there's just so much information out there nowadays, bro, and you really got to pick and choose on what to believe, what not to believe. But at the end of the day, I'm not saying one is right, one is wrong, but we need to, you got to respect history to a certain point, bro. I mean, I know I'm kind of rambling off, and I don't know exactly where I'm going with this conversation, bro. Right. You know, and I hope I'm not twisting you up on it, bro. But we are in a times where there's so much information out there, dog. You know what I mean? And we need to really, grasp to our true being, you know?
It's gonna be hard to explain, you know, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say shit, but our history, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to grasp for that because we're living our life right now, this day. You know what I'm saying? There's so much shit going on. You know what I'm saying? We don't really have too much fucking time to fucking really go, unless you really do your research on your family, like, you know, so your pops was Russian Jew and shit.
Yeah,
you know?
my mom's Mexican.
My grandmother wore a Star of David around her neck all the time, so, you know, I know she was Jewish, and I wear a Star of David around my neck.
I seen that, bro. Let's see that, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I
have it right here, but
yeah, I saw that when you walked in, bro.
So the reason why I used it because it was handed down to me by the Jewish community and shit. You know what I'm saying? When I started working with them, it was a gift. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm a Jew. You know what I'm saying?
But if you talk to my homie Daniel Ayala, he'll say you are the true Jew, and I am not because of my pops. Your father, is the father the seed of who you are, or is it a combination of the seed and the egg?
I wouldn't be able to answer that question.
Yeah,
right away,
I mean,
you know
it's
what I'm saying?
sometimes
we
it's
can go deep into that, and that's probably what we have to do our research on. You know what I'm saying? But as far as I believe in God. You know, and I was raised in the Catholic church and shit, catechism, fucking altar boy, all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, what is your background, bro? When it comes to your history, bro,
Religion?
No, just ethnicity. You know what I mean? Do you I mean, you know, Aztlan, you know, Aztec, you know what I mean? Like Mayan, you know, like.
I never deep into that right there, you know what I'm saying? I know that, you know, my mom's from Mexicali, you know what I'm saying? My dad is from here. He was born and raised here in, you know, California, Los Angeles, California. So, you know what I'm saying? So I'm considered, you know, Chicano, you know what I'm saying? I'm Chicano. That's what I think I am, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My grandfather was from Jalisco, you know what I'm saying? But he was brought here at an early age. My great-grandfather was just straight Spanish-speaking, light-skinned, blue eyes and shit. You know, Mexico City, Guadalajara and shit. Like, so that's where I come from, where my people come from. So I'm Mexican.
Yeah, we know what we know, right?
Yeah.
And we know what's been passed down to us.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I appreciate that. Hey, shout out to Ashley. Appreciate the $5. What does it say?
You getting money tonight?
Hold on, real quick. Shout out to Ashley. Hold on, what's she saying? She said this money is for y'all to take 2 double shots and enjoy life and stop thinking too much. Yeah.
Thinking?
You know what?
All right.
No. Thinking. Love, Ashley, my G.
That's right.
Thinking. When you overthink shit, do you ever deal with anxiety or anything like that, bro?
Fuck, I don't know. I mean,
how was your anxiety levels on this this podcast right now?
Well,
Right
shit.
now, how do you feel, bro?
I feel good, man. I feel comfortable with you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you seem righteous to me, and from the gate. You know what I'm saying? So I came in with that. You know, expecting someone righteous. You know, to talk to and shit. You know, I won't just go to any fucking podcast. But you seem righteous. You know what I'm saying? You've been around the corner. You know what I'm saying? So I could relate to you. You feel me? So that's where I came with. But as far as like coming here, I was like, fuck. All right, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a little bit of, you know, everyone gets their, a little nervous and shit. But, you know, you broke the ice quick. You know what I'm saying? So it's all gravy, you know. But my anxiety, I don't get excited. You know, I do shows all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? So.
I mean, when you do these shows, bro, like so you said you're an airbrush entertainer. So what, besides you doing the artwork, what consists of your job, brother? You know what I mean? You're doing the artwork and you're at the Gwyneth Paltrow. You're at fucking these fucking A-list fucking movie stars, bro. This dude from fucking South Central, dog. You know what I mean?
Right.
This dude, you know what I mean? That's been through, shot fucking multiple times, bro. You know what I mean? What is your interaction with these people that haven't lived your life, bro?
I think they know what's coming. You know, when I go in there, they already know I'm a street artist. You know what I'm saying? They want that raw shit. They want me to bring that raw fucking hood shit to them. You know what I'm saying? They want that hip hop feeling. They want that fucking street life for their kids. The shit that they see on YouTube and shit that they see on TV. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear those fucking stories because they come up to me and be like, bro, like, are you one of the guys that hang on the freeways and shit and do? and before I used to say, no, that's not me. But now I tell them, yeah. That I was one of them fucking guys, and you know they fucking get deep into. I always wondered how you guys do that shit, and they want the anxiety and shit. They want to see a real fucking artist there. They want to see all that crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Some of them do. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? But you know.
So you're there for more than just your artwork.
Yeah, they want something raw and shit, something that someone fucking painted for this person before. You know what I'm saying? Someone painted for... You know,
Ashley, this is for you, girl.
There's a shot in here, too. They want that. You know what I'm saying? They want that... they want to hear that I fucking was that guy that painted on the freeway. They want to hear that I was that fucking, break dancer or, shit like that. So when I go in there, I don't just paint, I'm giving them a whole fucking show because a majority of the events I do, there's music going, you know what I'm saying? So I'm fucking painting to the fucking music, and it's a majority of it's hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? I want to say the Jewish community know fucking pretty much everything, you know what I'm saying? So every fucking bar mitzvah that I do is fucking hip-hop and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta go there and fucking perform. T-shirts, hats, backpacks, hoodies, fucking beanies, whatever they choose that they want for their party, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm painting at their parties, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then I get detailed, and I used to be in the swamp before San Bernardino for a long time. I used to do a lot of different hood shit too. Rest in peace shirts. Unfortunately, that was a lot of shit I used to do, and birthday shirts, portraits, and all that stuff. Baseball banners and soccer banners, all that shit. A lot of shit I used to do. So I still stick to all that stuff.
Yeah, stick to the fucking.
I don't forget that shit.
The ground, the roots. You know what I mean?
But I go to a party and paint 20 shirts an hour. You know what I'm saying? The party has 300 people. You know what I'm saying? I'll take another artist with me or another 2 artists, and we're fucking grinding out 20 shirts, 60 shirts an hour, 40 shirts an hour, just with names, saying Todd or Matthew or whatever the fuck it is, and colors and hip hop and fucking splatter and fucking, saying they're loving it, what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, when you paint these shirts, bro, I mean, what is the this is a question that I have, bro.
You're good, my boy. You're good.
Yeah, I'm good, dog. I had some smoke in my eye or something, dog. But what is the like when you airbrush a shirt, bro? You know what I mean? Can you wash that motherfucker and it still be good?
Hell yeah, you can. I mean, the airbrush. I use the best paints. Shout out to Critex out there. I use the best airbrushes. Shout out to Iwata Airbrush. You know what I'm saying? We top of the line shit, bro. All this shit's for apparel. So the paint is fucking. It's washable. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it doesn't come off. You know what I'm saying? I give them the little, rundown, like a little fucking. That's a little fucking paper that says, dry the shirt inside out before you wash it. It kind of sets the paint and shit. But it's just permanent. I fuck all my clothes up all the time.
Yeah, for sure, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, when you're talking about doing a work with New Era and some of these big companies, bro. I mean, do you and you have these orders that say you have like 200 orders for shirts and shit, bro? I mean, do you individually paint these shirts, or do you do a silk screen type of shit, bro?
Fuck no, everything's painted by hand. But I give them a time frame. Everything's on the schedule, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say I could do 200 shirts in a day for you know what I'm saying? Unless I get my crew and we just start knocking shit out. But I don't work that way. I used to, but everything's on the pace because I got a lot of shit on my plate. You know what I'm saying? So everyone has to wait in line for the shit. You know what I'm saying? And I do it, 5 or 10 a day. You know what I'm saying? And in 2 weeks you'll have, easy fucking 150 shirts. In the meantime, I'm still fucking knocking out the shirts that people production needs by tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Or a portrait that's due fucking in 2 weeks. I'm doing, multitasking, and of course I get help. You know what I'm saying? I got a team of artists that help me out. I'll throw this 100 shirts over there, go knock them out at your studio, go knock them out. But they have to be on my level, you know what I'm saying, or either better than me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100%.
But the shit that people want personally from me, then I do, you know what I'm saying? Like personal shit from me, I do for them, you know what I'm saying? That's the way it goes down.
Yeah, no
That's
doubt.
how I buy my lowriders and shit, like through all that fucking money, you know what I'm saying? Through that, it's like crack money to me. It's $20 a shirt, I'm painting fucking 100 shirts in fucking 8 hours and shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Saying.
Yeah, it's good money, bro. Off the rip, dog.
I used to do so much shit, dog, where I got to the point where I just want to write names and shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at, writing names and, butterfly or fucking heart around it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Quick shit, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah, no doubt. Anybody got any questions for the homie right here? You know what I mean? Let's get some questions going right now. You know what I mean? Any questions for the homie OG Magoo? You know what I mean? If you are in the art scene, or if you have anything to ask homie about, the life that he's lived and what's brought him to this point in life to working with A-list celebrities, any questions, go ahead and throw them out there right now, and we'll get homie to answer them.
You still got viewers up there?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, we got 106 viewers still fucking with us, though.
That's good.
Yeah. Swami artist. See you. Does he take? Okay. Shout out to Ashley. Ashley got a question. Thank you for that $6 right there. I appreciate you, love. So another donation for the knowledge to know there is only 2 tribes in L.A. Is the South Side and the other is the tribe you don't want to be from, the 25. You asking a political question on some gang shit, you know what I mean? That's tough. Lucky, good podcast. Shout outs, homie. Jesus Ortega. Shout out to Kern County. Oscar, appreciate you, dog. Watching the whole fam. We're playing Monopoly, and I'm winning. Hey, shout out to Gas Monkey. My Gas Monkey's always fucking with your boy. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Frank Navarro. Excuse me, dog. ever done a lowrider for a rapper, rock star, celebrity? Ever done a lowrider?
Well, build a lowrider or being a low? I've been in a couple. My car's been in videos and shit. You know what I'm saying? I just got to doing one with DJ Muggs and shit. You know, my lowrider was in there. My video cars are in Baby Bash's video. You know what I'm saying? A couple of his videos and shit. So yeah, they've been in some of the videos and rapper videos. My car, but I never built one for one. That would be cool.
Yeah,
I built one for them.
Shout out to Oscar. I appreciate that $20, my G.
$20.
Yeah, ask him if he still feels where he got shot at.
Do I still feel it? Like the pain? Or of course, the holes. I don't feel any pain until it's cold and shit. You know, my foot, I got a little limp and shit. You know what I'm saying? I got shot in the foot. You know, it broke like fucking 5 fucking bones. But yeah, I still feel that shit when it's cold. You know what I'm saying? But I try not to let anything fade me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Risky A wants to know if you still do small events or just A-listers.
Nah, I do small event shit. I show up in fucking backyards and shit. You know what I'm saying? As long as the money's right and we're there, I'm ready to go.
Metal Ham wants to know if you're voting.
Well, I'm a vote. Not sure who I'm gonna vote for, but I should. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, dog.
I never voted before, but yeah, I think I should.
Eddie wants to know if you ask him if he has tried any boxing.
Boxing? Would like to. My boys from Savages. Shout out to Savages. You know, lifestyle. Them boys, yeah, they're on it. You know what I'm saying? I know my boy D. He's trying to get me to do that.
What kind of car do you drive, dog? That's coming from Ricardo Ayala.
Oh, fucking car. I have a couple cars and shit. What do you mean? What kind of car? What kind of lowrider I drive? Is that what he's asking?
Yeah.
I have a '62 Impala. You know what I'm saying? Hooked up lowrider for the fullest, hydraulics and shit. You know, that was a comeback. That's a '60. It was active '62. It was a comeback. I had a '64 Chevy that burned in the garage and shit a couple years ago. I had to come back with a '62 this time.
Yeah, for sure, dog. I mean, you gotta have money to have these cars, right?
You gotta have money to build this. Yeah, definitely. Stack your money and shit, you know, or you know, you gotta keep flipping shit. You know what I'm saying? Flipping cars. I started off flipping cars. That's how I got to that point.
For the cats that wondering how to get to that point of having a fucking nice lowrider and shit, you just gotta keep hustling and shit.
You gotta save your money, man, and make sure you have a couple cars and shit, and have one that's always flipping, bro. You know, start off with $1,000, sell that car for $2,000. You know, sell that car, get another car to $2,000, sell it for $4,000. You know what I'm saying? You know, or shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Like
hustle.
like the dope
like
game
anything
and shit.
Anything else.
Yeah. Next question I'll ask will be on the super chat. Drop a donation, and I will ask the question. You know what I mean?
I'm happy you're getting some money tonight, man. Shit.
What's that, bro?
I'm happy you're getting some money, some donations and shit.
Yeah,
That's all gravy, man. I mean, not, you know what I'm saying? That's a good thing, you know. Honestly,
bro, it keeps this podcast alive, bro. It keeps us moving. It keeps the lights on. It keeps the cable bill going, dog. You know what I mean? I'm not at no point where I'm living off of this podcast. No how, no way. I'm living off of this in the way of putting out good content and good stories from individuals like yourself, bro. That right there gives me satisfactory and gives me good sleep at night, bro. When I have a good podcast, I sleep better at night. When I have a fucked up podcast, and there hasn't been too many of them, dog, and if there was a fucked up podcast, it was because I gave a fucked up interview, you know what I mean? You know, and I said some stupid ass fucking shit that I'll have a bad night at night, and I won't sleep good, and I'll be like, fuck, why the fuck did I say that shit? Ashley, damn, Ashley, love you, girl. Ashley, check it out. I'm gonna tell Ashley right now. DM me at Lucky Sun Zoo on Instagram so I can send you some shit because you've dropped some money right here and I appreciate it. $2. What are you drinking? So what we're drinking right here, I'll tell you what we're drinking. We're drinking. I hate to say it, but we're drinking Diet Coke and we are drinking. We're drinking some whiskey. We're drinking. What whiskey are we drinking?
It tastes good. That's all I know.
What's the whiskey we're drinking? We're drinking, I fucking have. Hey, what whiskey are we drinking, dog?
Huh?
What whiskey are we drinking? What's the name of the whiskey? I'll tell you the name of the whiskey
one?
right now.
No, you got some other whiskey?
That's the tequila
Buffalo Trace.
We're drinking Buffalo Trace whiskey right now. You know what I mean? Why are you voting now if you didn't vote before? You know what I mean?
Why not?
I mean, yeah, this is the best time. Hey,
Why not?
hey, Caesar.
I mean, shit, I don't know. I said I probably will.
Check it out, bro. I'm fucking 43 years old, bro, and this is the first time that I have registered to vote. You know what I mean? But throughout my entire adult life, I've been a pro-Lee, and to my understanding, pro-Lees weren't allowed to vote. You know what I mean? So I finally registered to vote, and I plan to put my vote in. You know, Ashley, you're hot. You're West L.A. kicks. Ashley, you're hot as fuck. What's good, ma? Hey, you know what I mean? We're going to do the love connection right here. You know what I mean? Raza needs to go for Miguel Hernandez. Yeah, we need to vote. What up, brother? It's Smiley from Stockton. Shout out to Smiley from Stockton. I appreciate the love, dog. Homeboy Lux is feeling good. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Shout out to Black OC Santana. OC Santana, much love. Yeah, I'm lucky Ashley want the thing. Nah, D-Lo, she just want to show love, bro. You know what I mean? We appreciate Ashley. You know what I mean? Much love and respect, homie. Just rolled got off work. Shout out to High Life. You know what I mean? Gabriel, I want some Chile. I want Chile dog, homie. Yeah, the Chile dogs will get you fucked up. That's like crack cocaine shit. Jennifer Jackson, my co-host, vote. You know what I mean? I love that girl right there. Give my homie Smiley some love and shit. It's give me a shout out, brother Smiley Juarez. Yeah, I mean, what up, my G? There goes your shout out right there, G. We love you guys, and we appreciate everybody that taps in, everybody that shows love. My boy's cups have been empty, you know what I mean? But he's got shit to do, you know what I mean? He got, you know what I mean?
I got some shit in here still.
Yeah, he good, you know what I mean? You know, you consider yourself prison channel. No, this is not a prison channel, 100%. West L.A. kicks. This is not a prison channel, dog. Why? Because I will not box myself into a prison channel. Because if I box myself into a prison channel, then I'm boxing myself into a prison cell, dog. You know what I mean? And we are far greater than
real
that.
Talk.
Yeah, we are far greater than that, dog. We are smarter than that. Us, raza. You know what I mean? I'm a fucking Mexican Jew, dog. You know what I mean? We are farther greater than that, dog, you know what I mean? And we will not fucking stunt our growth on some motherfucking bullshit, you know what I mean? I will reminisce on some fucking sopitas and spreads and all this crazy shit, dog, but honestly, dog, the steaks, the carne asada off the barbecue tastes so much better, my G.
Hell yeah.
Don't play with it. Hey, there goes Ashley right there. The Lord's whiskey. Thank you, my boy. Shout out to my boy Flacco right here, dog. He had shit to do tonight. He was gonna go to the La Mirada swap meet, you know what I mean? But instead, he kicking it with his boy right here. This is my boy Flox right here, you know what I mean? And I fuck with him on a family level, you know what I mean? And that's how I fuck with cats, dog. I mean, at this day in your age, Magoo.
What's up,
you know what I mean? When it comes to cats that are in your circle, bro, do they need to be on a family level, or can you have people around you that are tweaked out and that are just fucking, their mind is a little crazy, bro?
Man, that's a really good ass question, because that shit just happened to me, bro. But I'd rather be around someone with positive vibes and shit, and been through kind of the shit I'm been through, and you know, trying to better themselves. You know what I'm saying? But then again, we have the homies that still get high and shit. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I never belittle them or none of that shit. As long as they're maintaining, they know how to function, then I'll fuck with them, but not too much. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to pick up any bad habits. You know what I'm saying? Like, so. You know what I'm saying? I've tried to fuck with people that are, you know, just level-headed and shit, you know what I'm saying? But I fuck with, you know, my boys still, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them still get high. I don't want to say a lot of them, but, you know what I'm saying? A few I could probably count on my hands that I know of that still get high.
Yeah.
But they still functioning. They got the jobs. They got the, you know, their family. You know, I don't know why they still get high, but you know, that's just in their blood, you know what I'm saying?
This is what they're doing.
Yeah. They don't get, you know, they take it, they do it to a certain extent and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They won't be posted with me though doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? It has to be like maybe run into them and I gotta shake the spot now type of shit. But they, you know, they ain't gonna be shotgun with me in the car getting high. You know what I'm saying?
Can you take over this podcast while I go pee real quick, bro?
I guess, my boy.
I guess, my boy.
I don't got my glasses on, so I can't really read. But
Flocks, help him out.
what you got? You got any questions up there for me, doggy? So we got people tuning in. Thanks for tuning in, people. I thought I'd just come in and visit the homie Lucky and shit since he's you know, he's 100. You know what I'm saying? So we're just trying to put a positive vibe out there for our people. You know what I'm saying? people that are, you know, growing up in the hood or either growing up in the suburbs. You know, we're just trying to keep a positive vibe for everybody. You know, like I said, there's no prison channel. We got any questions up there, my boy Flox?
Yeah, what?
Ask some questions.
Hold on. Y'all ready for the Civil War?
The what?
The Civil War?
I don't know about no war, man. I'm ready for anything, though. I'm ready for everything.
West LA said the liquor hitting already.
Liquor's good, man. We ain't drinking too heavy, but we're good. We're good. We ain't fucking faded. We still can maintain. You guys, yeah. Lux will be back right now. He'll take over all the questions and shit. This is his podcast, so welcome to Hood Stocks with the CK. Thanks for tuning in.
How can I get a shirt like that?
You could tap into Active Airbrush on Instagram, or you could tap into check out all our work on our website, which is Active Airbrush ENT, like entertainment.com. We'll
What's a pet peeve you have?
Pet peeve? Oh shit, man. One of my pet peeves is that's a good one. Probably double dipping in fucking salsa. I hate that shit. I hate when someone gets a chip and eats salsa, they'll dip right back in. That's my
Double
pet
dipping
peeve.
in the ranch on the wings?
What was that? Ranch on the wings? Any of that
That's
shit?
what I'm
None of
saying.
that.
A pet peeve double ranch on the wings?
Yeah, I don't like no double dipping shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm on top of that shit.
Grew up in the hood, raising my kids in the suburbs.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Sound game? How is the hoodas over there?
What was that? The Hudas? Where?
All the hoodas over there.
Where I grew up. Well, I don't live in the hood anymore, man. You know, but I think the Hudas, they're still the same, man. There's sheriff department out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust no fucking cop. You know what I'm saying? That's always been, and that's, you know, from my experiences with them. But sheriff, Los Angeles, LAPD. I never dealt with LAPD, mainly sheriff, Firestone Sheriff Department.
What comprehensor you recommend?
What?
Comprehensor.
I don't know what that word means.
What's a comprehensor? They asked me about noodle.
Noodle? Homie noodle?
A couple, I don't know. They said, when are you gonna be noodle on? I don't want to tell him that because I don't even know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's go right here. Hey, John McHugh, that's my G right there. Another great, excellent guest, Lucky. My G, thank you, brother. Thank you for always supporting the podcast. Thank you for always showing love. Thank you for always sitting here with us. What's that?
What music do you bump?
A little bit of everything, all the way from blues, classic rock, of course rap and shit. You know what I'm saying? New shit, old shit. Corridos and shit, you know what I'm saying? Corridos, tumbados and shit. All the new shit, you know what I'm saying? Whatever I'm feeling, vibing that day.
Compressor. What compressor do you recommend? What is that?
Compressor is what you paint with. Shit, I don't really use compressor. I use fucking CO2 tanks, and, you know, because I could paint any fucking where. I don't need no electricity, so I use CO tanks to paint. I use CO2 tanks to paint, so I could go down to the beach and shit on the sand and paint if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So no electricity needed for that.
Hey, shout out to Bain Street Productions. Bain Street Productions. I'm not familiar with you, but let's get familiar. I appreciate the $5. Your question is, have a drink on me, my friend. Hit me up next time you're on the west side.
Banks Production?
Yeah.
BANKS?
No, Bain, BAIN, Street Productions.
Okay.
What's that?
What's up with your boy Noodle?
What's up with my boy Noodle? My boy Noodle is, I believe he's still in the penitentiary from a possible GTA, and when he gets out, he will be on this podcast. My boy Noodle is my G right there. That's my boy right there. That's my son. That's my family right there. I love motherfucking Noodle. You know what I mean? The Doors are Led Zeppelin. That's coming from the Metal Hound. The Doors are Led Zeppelin.
Doors.
The Doors. This is the end.
That's right.
My only friend. The end.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
Come on, baby, light the fire, dog. Where is the Bozo interview at, Lux? It's coming. Me and Bozo been talking for the past few weeks, but Bozo only does interviews on the weekends, and I just talked to Bozo last weekend. But anyways, Bozo's coming, dog. Don't trip, man. What else we got? Believe it or not, Harbor Freight tools are awesome compressors for hella cheap. Do you fuck with the Harbor Freight compressors?
I don't fuck with Harbor Freight. I mean, hella cheap, yeah, you're cheap, but you want the best shit when you airbrush it, bro. You don't want to be having a compressor, a loud ass compressor, or some shit breaking down on you on the spot. You know what I'm saying? I'll fuck with Lowe's compressors, maybe. You know, Lowe's has a good silent compressor out there for like $150. You can go pick up at Lowe's.
Yeah, 100%, bro. You know what I mean? When it comes to your life, the ending chapter of OG Magoo from Florencia. I mean,
right.
what is that chapter gonna read?
Full circle, bro. I'm gonna go fucking, bring it back. Not just what happened in between, in the 80s, 90s, and 2000. I grew up out of that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to bring unity, my boy. Unity into the community. You know what I'm saying? Giving back to my community. You know what I'm saying? Which I already started doing. Try to unite and try to direct the kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, whether it's the ghetto or the suburbs. I'm trying to pick. Try to have them find their passion and shit. You know what I'm saying? Unity is probably the key word there. I'm gonna try to unite everybody, and that's what I would like to do.
And that's what this podcast does right here. We unite individuals, dog. You know what I mean? And that's what this podcast is about, dog. Uniting and empowering our you know what I mean? Our guests.
Culture and blacks and Latinos and shit. You know what I'm saying? Unite all that shit. Unity, bring it together, man. We all, we all breathe the same air and shit, you know what I'm saying? We all have our stories, we all have our fucking downfalls, you know what I'm saying? We'll just bring it together and we'll be strong, you know what I'm saying? Be strong.
How about them Lakers?
The Lakers, man. I love the Lakers, man. I haven't been in the box of the Lakers, but last game I know, they're doing good, man. I'm a Lakers fan.
Yeah. That's what's up,
sure.
man. Go ahead,
Dodgers playing tonight. Who's winning?
Dodgers winning? Yeah, Dodgers winning. Yeah, vote, make a change. Exactly, Jennifer Jackson. Hey, my boy, well, check it out, dog. I appreciate you blessing this platform, dog.
Right.
Thank you for coming and sharing your story, dog.
Thanks for having me, my brother. Thanks for having me. My pleasure. It's an honor to be here. And thanks for giving me the opportunity.
I mean, it's always dope, dog, when somebody can feel comfortable enough, dog, to come on a platform that's going to be live, a platform where people are going to hear it, dog, and they can just it's vulnerable, bro.
Right. And it's hard to say everything in one fucking, you know what I'm saying? I hope I answered all your questions, dog, and I gave something back for you, to run off of, you know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully I made a change or something, you know what I'm saying? Or answered all your questions right and shit.
Dude that came raised up from the third generation gang culture, dog, that was able to elevate past all the barriers, the blocks that life will put forth in front of you, dog. And to get where you're at right now gives hope. Gives hope to people that are on that road right now. And this is what this podcast is about, full circle. Ashley, following you both on Instagram. Thank you, Ashley.
Nice.
Love you, girl. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? I really like Homeboy's vibe. Homeboy's got a cool vibe. He's really chilled. You know what I mean? Like, if you want something to, if you're looking for someone to fire off some crazy ass shit, you got the wrong dude. This dude is, you're pretty even kill, huh?
Even kill, bro, easily. You know what I'm saying? I have short temper and shit, but I'm a good righteous guy. I come correct and shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? I know it. You come with respect. That's what you're gonna get back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a true believer in that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, sometimes in the business that you're in, you can tend to possibly deal with some aggressive natures.
There was some incidents like that. Yeah, definitely aggressive natures and shit. But, I always stood my ground, and I still do to this day. You know what I'm saying? So, it's by choice who the fuck I want to pay for. You know what I'm saying? Or do something for somebody. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you gonna make me do something. I'm gonna do it because I want to do it for you.
There's no
And if
dollar
you
sign
become-
in with it.
Huh?
There's no dollar sign
Exactly.
when it comes to you.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, I'll come 100%. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hustler and shit. You know what I'm saying? I know what it takes. You know, my family comes first. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, I ain't gonna take no food away from nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna provide for my family.
I mean, that reminds me of what Esteban Oreo told me one time, because he said sometimes he would be in a Esteban Oreo. Shout out to Esteban Oreo for
Shout out to Esteban.
Yeah, for fucking with hood stocks when we didn't have nobody on this motherfucking chat line. You know what I mean?
Righteous guy
Like,
right there.
yeah, we'd have like 10, 20 people, and here we are, have over 100 right here. You know what I mean? But I mean, he told me that sometimes that he would be in shoots where the movie star, the rapper, would be just like overly aggressive, and he would just be like, nah, bro, I ain't the fucking one, dog. You know what I mean? Your money has no value to what I'm doing right here, and that comes to you as well, huh?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? We didn't just, this shit didn't just happen overnight. We had to go through a bunch of shit to get where we're at today. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Esteban, shout out to Esteban. I just worked with him like 3 weeks ago with mugs and shit. He was the one shooting the whole video and shit, but that's a brother right there, Damian. You know, so, but yeah, we got this far and shit in life, and you know, the people you have on your podcast, like me and Esteban and shit, you know, we've been through some shit, dog. We don't take shit from nobody. You know what I'm saying? And we'll shut it down right here. You know what I'm saying? And we have to. You know what I'm saying? We'll shut it down on the spot. You know what I'm saying? If someone come at me, you know, just because they have money or just because they fucking think that they paid me to do this, you know what I'm saying? I'll give you your money back and shut it down right here on the spot if that's what they really, you know, want. You know what I'm saying? On the spot. You know what I'm
On the
saying?
spot.
You gonna have all these kids crying and shit, you know what I'm saying? Or you gonna have someone crying for something, you know what I'm saying? Just be cool about it, you know?
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, that's being true to the culture. That's being true to your art. You know what I
Right.
mean, and I respect you and I love you for that, bro. Thank you for coming on this podcast. You know, I mean, sharing your story as much as we could get into it within this 2 hours and 44 minutes.
God damn. Wait a
Yeah.
minute, nah, not 2 hours, dog. It was 1 hour and 44 minutes, right?
2 hours and 44 minutes.
2? What time we start? At 6? Your shit's behind or what?
Nah, bro.
8:40. It's 8:50.
Your shit's behind, bro. You gotta fix your clock, my boy. That shit says 8:45.
Look at the,
Okay,
the
well,
live
I
stream.
must
right
be
there.
really. You must have really given me too much to drink, mama. It's all good. I'm just fucking with you.
I mean,
I'm
that's what
good.
we do right here on Hood Stocks. You know what I mean? We give the guests way too much to drink. You know what I mean?
That was a good drink, man.
Yeah,
Thank
just
you for that.
subscribe, homie. What is that? Loving the vibes. Saludos. Yeah, Inglewood. Much love to Inglewood, dog. I appreciate you
swinging.
guys. Thank you, my G, for blessing this platform, dog. I appreciate you so much. Let's give all your plugs on Instagram. Everybody give this dude a fucking love right now on the chat line while he plugs his Instagram and all his links, though.
All right, so to start off with the Instagram and shit, you can follow me at OG Magoo Uno. That's OGMAGOOUNO, like number 1 on Instagram, and you can follow my clothing line active at Active 2.0 on Instagram, and also my company, which is Active Airbrush on Instagram, ACTIVE Airbrush on Instagram. Go check us out. You can check out all the work and all the most recent events and shit and t-shirts and shit and artwork I do on Active Airbrush with the C, and my clothing line is with the K. So go ahead and check it out.
And we're gonna end this shit out with one of Lucky Sun Zoo's songs right here. Who the fuck is Lucky Sun Zoo? Hey, all my music you can get at Lucky Sun Zoo on all platforms. You know what I mean? And we'll just end it with this right here, and we'll end it out like this.
It's freedom when I speak, shut the fuck up. It's freedom when I speak, shut the fuck up. It's freedom when I speak, shut the fuck up. It's freedom when I speak, shut the fuck up. Hey, when you need to speak, you need to speak up. Hey, just around the corner, get your hands up. Hey, fight for your rights, time to man up. Hey, I don't wanna die, my babies need love. Hey, la 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 for my freedom. Hey, yeah, we don't need them. AK-47 24/7 soldier can hunt. Educate your mind, no handcuffs. You wanna build a wall, this is war now. You wanna beat us down, you gon' get loud. These touchy ass cops need to chill out. COVID-19, get the fuck out. They tryna kill us all, let the smoke out. She tastes like a peach, but her mouth foul. Shack on this bus, time to wild out. Sitting in the cell, this is my house. The fight for my freedom, homie, tell no lie.
I want you all to give it up for the OG Magoo, airbrush artist, South Central L.A. legend. We appreciate you. We love you, my G. Keep shining. Keep fucking reaching for them motherfucking stars, dog. You are a motherfucking diamond in the rough, dog. You came out the motherfucking South Central fucking concrete streets, dog. You arose out the concrete, bro. We love you. Thank you so much. Everybody give it up for Magoo.